It can't be that bad, oh, 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 it can't be that bad. You're very sassy, and you're back for another episode, surprisingly, because
Christian did not like you in the first one.
Already, my brain cells down the drain.
I had to beg to come back.
We asked Christian so many times. 3-way calls, 4-way calls.
I sent a muffin basket.
And then she also sent a
None
basket
of these
full of
are
muffins.
fucking true. At the beginning of the first episode, you said, I thought about bringing chicken sandwiches. No chicken sandwiches
I didn't
here.
think about bringing them. I said we should take a drive to go try all the chicken sandwiches and rate them.
Is the podcast the drive to get chicken sandwiches?
Yes.
And not the chicken, like not
What,
us eating it
come
at
on.
all?
ICBTB mobile?
That's actually really funny.
Let's go.
What if the whole thing is like, guys, we're going to take you with us on a journey to get and eat all these chicken
But
sandwiches.
we're here in the studio talking about it. Don't turn.
It's just us getting the chicken sandwiches, not us eating
Not
the
eating
chicken
it at all. All right. Package secured. We'll see you next time when we
guys,
pick up.
We're on our way now to Popeyes. This drive-thru is really nice. I think there's 4 cars ahead of us.
It would be great if we were in here pretending like we were getting them.
That's such a third level improv scene that you want to do. Like that is, we would have to. There's so
Alex,
much.
don't run over that grandma.
Yeah. That's exactly why we didn't want to do improv with you, because you would love to throw something out. You would do.
I am now cutting Alex's head off with a chainsaw.
Is that how you would do
I
improv?
was just gonna say you would whisper in our ear, and I'd be like, I don't know. He just said that he has guns, and I'm putting my hands up because I'm scared of him.
He says that if I don't.
A lot of curveballs with you. I will say the only time you were polite today is when you shook my hand.
I honestly knew at that moment, I was like, be a professional, but all hell's about to break loose. He's going to be like, wow, this girl's super nice and sweet. And then bam.
Stephanie understands first impressions.
Always.
First impressions.
But
But
I don't care about second, third, fourth, but the first one.
within the same day, though?
I know, that's rough.
This is
You
still
had no
technically your
choice.
first impression,
You had
bro.
no choice.
This is my friend.
Can you bring the mic closer to your face? I feel comfortable enough that I could just
You don't
yell
want to
that
see
at
my
you.
face?
Yeah, pull that elbow. There you go.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
If we, let's hide more of your face. Bring it up.
I thought you were gonna put makeup on for the
I
episode.
decided not to.
Ah,
I
okay.
said filters, you know?
Oh,
There we go.
We don't. This isn't a Snapchat camera.
No. Oh, shit.
Are you on Snapchat?
I have it just to watch my brothers.
We were
But that's
talking. Actually, I never brought it up to you. I thought about it in my head one night. Maybe we should have an ICBTB Snapchat.
Sure.
But does that work?
I don't think a lot of people, I don't follow
Do
a lot
like
of people on
companies or
Snapchat.
like podcasts or like content creators have Snapchats?
I like Snapchat. I think there's fun filters, but I don't post. I haven't posted anything on Snapchat in like 3 years.
I deleted Snapchat because Rihanna told me to.
Did she?
She said if you like Snapchat, then you
Didn't
don't
Kylie
like me.
Jenner say that?
She also Kylie Jenner said,
And she's like, I'm only going on Instagram.
Yeah.
I like
But
to make
it's
my
like
own
social
decisions. I don't
suicide.
like to listen to rich, famous people that don't really have
Amen.
a connection with muggles such as ourselves.
"Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Mm-hmm.
Riri
Riri.
is our goddess.
I love Riri.
and we're lucky
Dude.
to live in the same timeline as Riri
Riri is
because I'm
fun.
a rude boy.
Yes. Oh, call me rude boy.
Are you a rude boy,
Yes. Chains and whips excite me. I'll tell you that.
Stephanie? Are you a rude boy?
I'm a female.
Are you a rude girl?
It's 2021. You can be whatever the hell you
Apparently
want.
to Christian.
She's rude. You know, your mic is covering the most of your face right now, and it's the most attractive I've ever been to you.
Oh,
I'm kidding. I'm completely
I thought it was the
kidding.
Fruit Loops.
It's the
Tutti Fruities.
Tutti Fruities. My bad.
Fruity
Wow.
Tooties? What are they called?
Tutti Fruities.
Tutti Fruities.
Tutti Fruities.
I one time, my best story of me being high in my entire life, I went into Safeway, I think to get a snack by myself. And my friends are waiting in the car, but they're like, you were gone for 45 minutes. What were you doing in there?
It's been 6
I
days.
found myself in the cereal aisle just cracking up to myself about the difference in the cereals. Like I would see, peanut butter puffs, and then it'd be like peanut butter balls of fluff. And I'm like, what?
There's the same shit. One's a toucan, one's a parakeet.
It was blowing my mind. It's like Tutti Fruity, Fruit Loops, or it would be like Captain Crunch. It'd be like Sailor's Munch. I'm like, what is going on?
Go for the cheap generic shit. Those are small companies trying to make a
Time
bag.
out.
But they
Sailor's
taste-
Munch.
Are you making this up? That sounds like a disease.
I am
I don't care what Sailor's Munch is. I will buy it. I want Sailor's
I'm
Munch.
definitely making this up, but I just
want
couldn't think about my
Sailor's
mind.
I remember one time when I was in the stores, very, very feeling it, and I lost it. Like on the floor crying, laughing.
I was apparently for 45 minutes.
Because I was in the spice aisle and I saw the word cumin seed.
You're disgusting.
But I read it as cumin seed.
Not human seed?
And I just lost it. Was just like tears pouring down my face laughing. Like I've only cried laughing, honestly, 2-3 times in my life.
I do that very
That's
often.
one of them. That was the first time.
And
For the cumin
seeds. For cumin seed.
Wow. No, that doesn't top my cereal.
Oh, it's a...
you're making everything a competition right now.
With
See?
Alex, yes, it's easy.
Oh.
Yes, but even with me, you're like
Am
you're,
I?
you're throwing like sass, and I don't know. You come in here like you own the place. Don't worry, I think it's entertaining.
It's a comfort thing.
I
Good.
like it.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're comfortable here.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is comfortable.
Cool.
I think it's the
Bottle of
know.
champagne we drank.
that too.
Could be that.
And my lemon Truly.
Did you feel? And we'll get to the movie.
Truelade? Wow. I meant to say Truly lemonade, but I said Truelade.
Oh,
That-
just smashing words together. You and Alex have that in common.
It's their dyslexia coming out.
Truly are people like we are contrasting friends. That's why we're like opposites attract. Why we're good. But Stephanie is truly like Stephanie could have been my sister, and people would believe it
We
based
did
on
used
just
to
our
tell people that
personalities.
we were related.
Yeah.
We do look enough alike.
Kind of.
Cousins. We look cousins alike.
You guys
But
could be related.
personality. But if you knew our personalities, then you'd be like
I feel like the girl version of him.
Yeah.
I've gotten that.
Yeah.
that's very
By a lot
nice.
I
of
get
people that
along
work
with
with
you
us.
as
You're
much
way
as I'm.
prettier than I would be.
As
if I
much
was
as
a
you're
girl.
hating on me, you like enjoy
That's why he's
being
able to.
around
That's why.
me.
Yeah, I've told Alex this in the past that
He
when
hates
people
women.
are too polite, it's odd. It's a facade. I understand being like nice and like having to go through with the levels of proper etiquette and whatnot, but very quickly you were able to burst my bubble, and I think vice versa, in such a way where I feel like I could throw a joke at you.
I honestly feel like that's what I love about me is like I'm a social chameleon. I can get along with anybody, not like in a fake way,
Yeah.
but like I can just adapt to my situation with people to where it's not faking the interest, but I'll find something that's a common and I'll just go with it.
Yep.
But also the
That's
fact
Alejandro. Well, I think that's people in conversation,
That's us.
hopefully.
I think that's.
I
good
mean, personally,
customer
people
service.
say that that's like exactly. It could be a restaurant
it's
thing,
a restaurant
honestly.
thing.
But a lot of people are like, "That's fake." Do you even have your own personality? It's like, yeah, I do.
Yeah, what do you want it to be?
But like,
Yeah, I do. What is it that you want?
Yeah.
depends on who I'm around. But truly, like, I just get along with everybody. Like, I've never met unless they truly hated me. But like, I don't think I've ever met someone where I just don't get along with people.
Yeah.
And if I don't, it's truly because there's something wrong with you.
I
will always.
I always tell people I
Be
can make
open.
anybody like me unless I see no need for them.
True. Very true.
See, she gets me.
But also, like, I don't know. I feel like there's like a comfort when there is sass. Like,
Yeah.
there's
Yeah. Oh,
some
yeah.
when girls call their friends like, "Oh, babe, this, that, blah, 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 blah." If
That's
I don't
when they're
call
the
you
meanest.
bitch, then we're not that close.
That's
You
oh,
know
I've
what I
said
mean?
that same exact sentence before. Girls that don't call each other bitch or like all these derogatory terms.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't really friends.
I can literally text my friend and be like, "What's up, butt ass?" Like, I don't know why.
But ass.
Interesting word.
And they're
to
like,
use.
"Wow, hey, what's up?" Like,
I used to call Christian bad names like that. Now my favorite thing to do is to see if he can guess what dinosaur I'm pretending to be on the phone.
oh,
He's never once guessed
let me close
dinosaurs.
my eyes. Go.
But
Every single time he calls and says he's outside, he doesn't say he's
Tyrannosaurus.
outside.
that's it.
oh shit.
That's exactly it. Honestly. Wow. I'm sorry, because I really was imagining a Tyrannosaurus right there. But no, have you figured out that I'm doing dinosaur noises, or you just hate it? You just
No, it just sounds like you're. I'm just like, come inside already.
yeah.
I'm just like,
From the window,
I know you're
instead
outside.
of
Just
a
come inside.
boombox, he's making dinosaur noises.
With the fucking say anything.
Hey, so welcome.
Yes.
Yeah.
My name is Alejandro,
And my name is Christian.
and this is our guest Steffani.
yeah, Steffani DeRita.
She is, if you listen to our Tuesday episode, she is reoccurring guest now, 2-time occurring guest.
Yeah, that's usually how it works. We ask the guests if they want to do both types of episodes. And like I said before, you were playing Hard to Get, and you were like, I'll just do one. And
Yeah.
then you were like, okay, I guess I'll come at this time, and I guess I'll do this movie.
Oh, she's turning into a Valley girl.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just how I impersonate any girls.
I wish I was a Valley girl.
No,
How much fun would that be?
What?
Would
Just
it be?
to like be that character.
Just to like have the money of living in the Valley?
Just spend your dad's
God.
credit everywhere?
I have fun in Beverly Hills, but I live in the Valley.
But you are a social comedian, to bring it back a little bit, and
Chameleon.
And a comedian. Thank you.
Chameleon. I'm sorry.
Is that what you thought we said the whole time? Comedian?
No.
That
I
works,
just
though.
flubbed.
It works. No, but it works though.
Yeah, you're pretty
Chameleon,
funny.
you know, the ones that change colors.
You would have done great in this movie as Drew Barrymore.
You think I would have played a good Drew Barrymore?
If you're a social chameleon, then yes.
I think she killed it in this one.
She did a fantastic
I think she did
job.
great. Like, this is probably my favorite movie with her in it, to be honest.
It is my new favorite Drew Bears.
Like, she plays usually the cheesy mixed with Adam Sandler movies. And
I love
terrible
those
acting.
movies,
But this
though.
one was, like, so just
Wholesome.
real. Yeah, and wholesome. It wasn't cheesy. Like,
I wouldn't call it real.
not real, but I felt like she really did
It's
play
real.
But she
a
did
really
great.
good character.
I hope situations
It's
like
fucking
this.
real.
Okay, let's tell the baddies what movie we watched.
We watched a movie called
Never Been Kissed.
Everybody knows of it, and you know like half the actors in it.
Honestly, I've never seen it. I've never seen this movie.
I know of it. I've never seen it though.
So this was
Oh,
both of our
good.
first times.
Yes.
We are never been kissed virgins.
We've never been kissed.
We have
before.
never
my
been kissed.
God.
That's what they should start calling viewers that have never seen this movie.
Never been kissed.
Yup.
The name of this episode is Never Been Kissed / Never Been Kissed.
We'll just say it twice on the title.
People are gonna be. That's
So
how you get the
confused.
SEO, the search engine optimizer going.
I don't think so. I think once it's on there once,
I
that's
think,
all
no,
it is.
No. I
We'll
think
talk to
I get
social
it.
media guru over here, Steff.
Yeah. I
Double the
mean,
words, double the searches.
It has
See?
to have, like, you have to almost say it, though. Like, you can read the caption, but if you read it the right way, so you have to introduce it as, like, you're saying it, like, never been kissed. Never been kissed.
What you said?
This is gibberish. You're just saying it twice. You're just saying it twice.
Look,
You're saying it with
You
confidence.
started great, and that's how we know that
Sometimes I
confidence.
just start a sentence and I just go, I don't know where it's going. I just continue it.
Well, we are here on ICBTB podcast.
This is our movie episode. Thank you for
And
bringing us this movie.
we
Glad you guys
I'm
liked it.
very, very
Like
happy.
I said, I think this is like Drew Barrymore's like one of her realest movies. And I mean that as in like the acting was really good.
Yes.
But then the acting got really terrible. Like it wasn't a comedy, but there were some funny parts.
It's not that it got terrible. I think the story gets a little hack. It gets a little, rom-com-y played out. But I think in 1999, it wasn't as played out yet. I think
Yeah.
it was still kind of a cool, kind of like a kooky way to do a romance story. Because 2000 to 2009, every comedy had to have this kind of flair to it, this kind of
Exactly.
romance flair to
I
it.
think they lost it along the way. Like there's nothing that beats like an 80s, 90s rom-com.
Yes. One that takes place in a high school.
That's true.
That has the stereotypical bullies, parties, and like pretty girls and
But
nerds.
like they make it real.
It's pretty good.
Like it wasn't like cheesy.
Parts were cheesy.
Here and there, but like
I-
now age, like you have to be really cheesy to do that stuff. Like I feel like a lot of things are just kind of
It's for sure now, if you were to make this movie now, it would be just tropes. It would
and
just be stereotypes.
politically incorrect.
Very.
Not just politically incorrect, but just like the Me Too movement ruined this film.
Oh, for
Like a teacher, we'll get into it, but a teacher using his power of position and then like saying that line to her, being like, this disrupts my position of authority to you. Like, oh man, 99, Clinton was literally using his position of authority to have a girl suck his dick. Like, this is not the time to be making that
There's
joke.
so
That's
many
crazy.
wrongs in this movie,
But
and also
also
so
so
many
many
unanswered
rights.
questions.
Yes.
Like,
Oh, yes.
like
So
how
many
easy is
cliffhangers.
it for a 25-year-old, two 25-year-olds to get away with becoming a student? Like, how does that process even work? Like, I thought about it. I'm like, how do you actually like apply into a high school?
Well, definitely not the way she dressed when she first got there, but we'll
Yikes.
get there. Let me, if it pleases the court,
It pleases the court.
I would like to provide the nitty gritty committee. So we watched a movie called Never Been Kissed. It was rated PG-13. It was released in the great year, supposedly the last year of human life, 1999, and has a runtime of 1 hour, 47 minutes, or for Steffani, 107 minutes.
Thank you.
It has a rating of 6.1 out of 10 on IMDb,
Really?
a 55% on Rotten Tomatoes, and a 60% on Metacritic. Steffani and Christian,
Hi.
would you please like to guess what percentage of Google users approve of this film? So, Steffani, it's a thumbs up, thumbs down rating for Google. What percentage of those ratings are positive?
So I have the the percentage of the thumbs up.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm gonna say like 78.
Ooh, really
Good
low.
guess.
I think
But
that's
it-
low.
But an accurate guess. Sometimes our guests are like 20%, 30%, but very
Yeah.
Only
solid.
because like I said, it's like one of those movies where you want to watch it, but you don't have to watch it. But it's entertaining.
I think everyone should watch this. I think
so
it
too.
says a lot about cinema and
People should watch this
storytelling
film.
back
People
in the
should watch
day.
this film. It's definitely about it's a cinema tentpole, and I'll get
Yes.
to that in a second.
It's entertaining.
It's a cinema tentpole.
I'm gonna say 90%.
Really?
Yes.
Maybe I overjudged Google.
We'll see.
Christian wins, but I want to give Steffani the title because she said 78%. It's 87%.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So,
If I went over,
Well,
She had the right
when was
numbers.
the last rating on that? Because I'm thinking a lot of people won't go back and watch this.
well, I'll give it a thumbs up right now. And it's still,
it's still
87%.
87%.
Synapses coming at you.
Right at you. Oh, did you want me to say that? Because I always say
You
it.
always say it.
I'm so sorry. I
You
don't
haven't
know.
said it a couple of times now, and like
I say it actually almost every time.
almost, but there has been at least 2 times where you didn't say
He's
it, and like I
flustered
just kind
today.
of go through with it without making a point.
We have so many episodes out now that I don't know. I'm pretty sure.
less than
Doesn't
3
even
of them.
matter.
No, it matters.
I'm
Less
sorry
than
that I
3 of
offended
them.
you.
Less than 3 of them. You never
Okay,
said.
say it again. Let's do it again.
I got a synapses here for you.
Right at you.
Josie Geller, a baby-faced junior copywriter at the Chicago Sun-Times, must pose as a student at her former high school to research contemporary teenage culture. With the help of her brother, Rob, Josie infiltrates the inner circle of the most popular clique on campus. But she hits a major snag in her investigation, not to mention her own failed love life, when she falls for her dreamy English teacher, Sam Colson.
Cool. All right.
Let's get
Terrible
right into it.
storyline.
It's honestly very problematic in 2021.
They just don't make good movies anymore. And like this is a good movie,
It's a solid
but it's
film.
like not a great movie, but I would watch it all the time.
It's
It's like yeah.
it's fitting for this show. It's this show on this podcast. We take on bad movies that we know people like, people have liked.
Are they really bad? Like what rates a bad movie?
Critically, it's bad. It's
Critically
storytelling.
condemned.
Yes. In terms of just like it's not a Christopher Nolan film. It's not.
Yeah.
This was not even
life-changing.
thought about being for an Academy Award,
I just true.
right? Like nobody at the Academy was like, "Never been kissed." Pass.
Can you imagine Drew Barrymore Academy winner? Never been
She
kissed.
will get one. Mark my words now. She will get one before she retires from acting.
I honestly,
And she's
I
on her
can
way.
believe that.
And she's on her way to winning a daytime Emmy because her talk show. I say this all the time.
is it really good?
So much better than Kelly Clarkson's.
Well,
They
on her
both
first
have
episode, she had her
talk shows?
ex-husband on there,
Tom Green. She also recently had Adam
Tom
Sandler on there,
Green.
and they talked about how like, oh, is it time to do another movie together? And like,
I love it.
I'm sorry, but their movies together, 50
Are
First
fun.
Dates,
Careful.
great.
careful,
Great.
Careful.
We've
Great.
once murdered a person for saying that they sucked.
I don't no. That's
I'm just kidding.
Get the net.
Okay.
I'll fucking flip this table right now.
Okay, but you don't make movies like I don't know
No,
when's the
that movie
last
is
time
like
where I've
Hubie
seen
Halloween, and it's like a joke.
That's bad.
exactly. But
Yeah,
here's the
yeah.
thing:
Purposefully
I
bad.
would never watch that movie again. I
No.
would watch Never Been Kissed again
Agreed.
and
The
again.
Wedding Singer.
Yes,
Oh,
I would
yes.
watch that again. But
50
that's
First
what I'm
Dates.
saying. They don't make those movies
Yes.
anymore. You know what I mean? Like you just
There's
if,
not a
if
market
that
for them
movie
anymore.
came out in theaters, I'd be like, this movie is cheesy as hell. Maybe
Yep.
because the actors in it would be newer people that I don't care about. You know what I
Interesting
mean?
point. Do you
Like-
think we like those movies so much more
I
because
think so.
Is this why our parents loved fucking It's a Wonderful Life or fucking Gone
Who's
with the
to
Wind?
say? But like the Hubie Halloween, like, I was like, oh, Adam Sandler. I love all these guys in it. It's got to be good. It was terrible, but I watched it because I was like, it's what I know, and I would like it because that's what I know.
And Adam Sandler purposely made that movie bad
Exactly.
because he didn't get nominated for an Academy Award.
For
I just-
Uncut Gems.
Oh,
Did you see that?
I did.
You didn't like
So
it.
good. It's stressful.
Really?
I'll never watch it again.
I don't know.
Oh no, it's okay. She's about to ruin your friendship
I'm
right
about
now.
to.
I don't know. I feel like there
I'm
could have
ready.
been way more to the story. I feel like there's so much not said.
I would like to see Uncut
what?
Gems with Andy Samberg.
I want to see the uncut version.
Are you trying to do a wordplay there? I
Like,
don't
with-
like this
with
girl
his
anymore.
Foreskin because he's Jewish.
Who, Adam Sandler? Oh, that's
In that movie
why.
specifically too.
That hair.
Okay, I don't want to fight with you on this. Let's talk about this
don't
movie
have to.
that we
Let's
both like.
Shelve this for later.
Yes.
I do want to throw this out real quick. The cast of this film, because this film has so many people that we know and love now
Too many people.
in relative obscurity when this
Yeah.
movie was made. So much to the point, did you guys realize that this was the debut movie for 2 actors?
James
Is
Franco.
it James Franco?
And
Jessica Alba? No, it can't be.
I would say Jessica Alba, probably.
Octavia Spencer.
Is
Wait, show
on.
me who's Octavia Spencer?
No, don't
show
tell
me.
me.
Show me.
Octavia Spencer is the African American woman who works at the
Oh, Ma.
Ma.
Ma from the movie.
That's who you
Ma.
got taken out of that. I was thinking, what's the curly head guy from
That's
Step
John C.
Brothers?
Reilly. We'll get there.
That's what I'm saying.
But I will say this. This was the first movie also that Octavia Spencer and James Franco did together. Can either of you name the second movie that Octavia Spencer and James Franco did together?
Pineapple Express. I don't know.
Incorrect.
She was not in that.
I have no clue.
They were both in
Ma?
Spider-Man.
What
Okay,
was she
I
in
don't.
Spider-Man?
She has a small throwaway line.
Come on.
That's
You're going to hit
hard.
me with a throwaway line?
Yeah.
That's like the background guy in the 90s that had like the big curly hair and glasses that was in every single movie.
Oh, I know exactly
and
which guy you're
nobody
talking
knows
about.
who he is. He never had a bigger
The-
role than
the
just
most
in
used
the
extra?
background. Exactly.
That's like Jackie Chan in that Bruce Lee movie, and you only
last-
see the side of his face and him get knocked
Or
out.
like my cousin Jeff in Super Troopers.
Oh my
Very small
God.
role.
I think the last time that curly head guy was in a movie was like 17 again with Zac Efron.
Are you still talking about John C. Reilly?
No. I'll show you this picture because
Pull
you
up a
know
picture
this
of
guy.
him. During this video, just pull up a picture of
He
him.
is the most recognizable extra.
Okay.
In this movie?
No, I think we're just implying that.
No, like he literally is like the most reoccurring extra in cinema.
Oh,
TV
just in
history.
cinema. Show me this guy.
He's in almost every movie from, I want to say, like
Oh my
the
god,
90s
the fact
on.
that I googled the most recognizable
What is his
extra,
name?
and
We
his
need-
name is Jesse Wayne Hyman.
Yep. Hyman?
Easy girl. This is his-
Nickname Buster?
Look, here's his picture when he did that hot girl making out commercial. Here's him in the background of.
You've seen him. You love him. It's Jesse.
Here's
How
him
do I
in-
not know about this guy?
Is he in WandaVision?
It's possible.
How you not? You've definitely seen this guy, but you just haven't been focused on him. It must be like
Yeah, he's always in the back. You know this guy
for sure.
because he's been in movies we've done on the podcast.
Okay. After this episode, I want to see a list of those movies.
Ooh,
and I wanna
IMBD
see...
him.
Okay. I'm glad I'm still in control of this shit.
I don't know who that is at all.
You're gonna. Here's the
He's
thing. You're
literally
gonna see
titled the
him
world's
once,
greatest
and now
extra.
every movie you see, you're gonna see him. You're like, oh shit, there's that
Okay.
guy.
I'm excited for this.
His first claim to fame was the Danica Patrick GoDaddy.com commercial.
Oh, that's cool. And he must get a lot
Look
of
at
residuals for
all
that.
of his credits.
He must be rolling in the dough from getting all of the residuals.
I
from
don't
this
know how
movie.
much do you think that
American
an extra
Pie
makes?
2. Maybe it's me.
It's a
Austin
good
Power
amount,
Gold member.
I'm
National
sure.
Lampoon's Van Wilder. Catch Me If You Can. Spider-Man. Arrested Development. Old School. Freaky Friday. Win a Date with Tad Hamilton.
Great
Jack
movie.
and Bobby. Drake and Josh. George Lopez. My Name is Earl. Ned's Declassified School Survival Guides. How I Met Your Mother. The OC. Chuck. Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Heroes. 17 Again.
Yup.
The Social Network. Good Luck Chuck. Transformers Dark of the Moon. Big Bang Theory. Multiple times. Parks and Recreation, As I Lie Dying, Criminal Minds, and Pink Skies Ahead.
He needs an Oscar.
See, I don't know about an Oscar.
He needs something.
They need to have something for him.
Maybe
He just
a
has
nap.
a thick resume.
Maybe a nap. It seems
I
like
think
he's
he
doing a lot
looks.
of work.
He's looked the same for the last like 20 years of movies.
Well, that's the look that they want.
That guy has not aged.
Like Luis Guzman. They know what they're getting when they
Yeah,
get that
Luis
actor.
Guzman is not going to change his look because he knows he's going to get those roles that he looks like, right?
Like Luis Guzman.
Yes.
I wanted to name some of the actors who were in this film who we may have forgotten, but this was an early 99, or this was an early 2000s film. So early it was actually in the 90s. But
Yeah,
it is
what a
starring,
weird sentence.
it is starring Drew Barrymore, David Arquette, Molly Shannon, Leanne Sobelski, who
Yikes.
I am dying to figure out what else she's in because I cannot think of
Is it
what
the
else
blonde
she's in.
chick?
Yeah, Adley.
No,
she was
she's-
in a movie called Sugar and Spice, I think.
What
It's
blonde
where
chick are you talking
cheerleaders-
about?
The one,
nerd.
the nerd.
She wasn't blonde. She's brunette.
Oh, I'm thinking.
But you're talking
of
about the blonde friend,
The blonde friend.
Kristen, not
Yes.
Kirsten.
Yes.
Gotcha.
She's in Deep Impact.
Is she? Is she not in Sugar and Spice?
Lily Sobieski. I don't know. The girl that you're talking about, he's not looking up.
Well, you should look her up because
No,
I'm
sorry,
pretty
she's
sure.
also in Public Enemy.
We're still talking about the dorky
Wrong girl.
chick.
Okay, what's
I
her?
like-
What was
she's-
her
I-
name? Aldi's.
You're looking at
Oh,
Aldi's.
yes.
Aldi's.
Aldi's, Jessica Alba, John C. Reilly,
Gary
Marshall's in this fucking film. James Franco makes his film debut in this film. And then, of course, Octavia Spencer. And then, who was this dude? Sean Whalen, who plays like the nerd, her secretary nerd.
I love that guy.
That guy
I'm
comes up
sorry.
in everything.
That hilarious scene in the beginning where he's talking on the
cocky
phone.
assistant. Yeah.
Oh, so good.
He's also reoccurred in a few of our films. He's been in a few of the ones that we've done on this podcast, but he's one of those character actors who just shows up all the time and makes a mountain out of a molehill.
Hey, there's some actors like that could just always get those supporting roles or like the extra
I would
roles.
love to be
It's
that
money.
guy.
It's
Not even
money.
extras, supporting.
Supporting
I'm
roles.
better as an extra.
Have you ever been
done
an extra?
Yeah, have you ever done extra work? You
Oh, you know what? Actually, well, when I lived in LA, my friend's husband was trying to get on some show. I can't remember.
The Bachelor?
No, it was like a YouTube thing.
Oh shit.
Our camera died.
No.
It's okay. Yours is still going. Are we pausing? Sorry about that, guys. This is we had a little bit of technical difficulties, but we are back and running.
Yes, we are back and running.
Christian is texting his girlfriend on the side.
I'm not. Damn, what the fuck? What's wrong with you, dude?
Just kidding. He doesn't have time to have a
No,
girlfriend.
but
on the side.
we're back.
He really doesn't have time for all that, and he barely makes enough time to see me. If you did get a
You
girlfriend,
are his girlfriend
if
on the
you
side.
yeah, 100%. If you did get a girlfriend on the side, like the first person to know would be me, and then Melissa, and then everybody else.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Because I could smell your dick.
Yikes.
Don't smell dicks, first of all.
Not
Please.
just anybody's. Don't smell his. Like, smell all you
Yeah.
want, just not his.
Yeah.
Let me smell your
other
dick.
dicks,
Do you remember
dude.
that song?
Yeah, of course I do.
Okay, good. I was hoping you'd get it.
Yeah, I got it.
Anyways,
Especially when you put your nose on the mic like that. It's just such a visual.
He always does that. This mic is just.
I hope my mic has not touched your nose.
he won't switch mics with me now. Every once in a while, I want to
wouldn't
switch
either.
seats, and he's just like, "No, your mic is full of my burps and my coughs."
Yeah, you cough, burp, and put your nose all over it.
I've never farted into the mic though,
No,
Really?
no. Really? Why are you surprised?
I'm surprised.
because it seems like today could be
'cause
the
it's you.
day.
I
Nope.
might. A contest, perhaps.
Okay, she's challenging me, Christian.
Don't fart into the mic.
Okay, fine.
I bought the mic. No farts into the mic.
Hold up.
If he reimbursed you for the mic, would it be
Sean Whalen was also in Waterworld.
what? The movie or the park?
The movie, the park show. We have friends of the podcast over at the Real Buzz Crew. They recently, or not recently, it was actually maybe over a year ago now. They did an episode on Waterworld. That was one of the first episodes I ever listened to. And they're like, "Did you know that they did a Waterworld show at Universal Studios?" And in my mind, I'm like, I knew that show before I knew the movie. Like I
Wow.
knew the Universal Studios show, and then I was like, "Oh, they made a movie."
I'm talking
on
about the
that?
park in Oakland.
They had a water. Oh, you're talking about Waterworld in Concord.
Oh, shit.
Concord.
Wait, did I say Oakland?
Yeah.
Concord. My bad.
Waterworld ain't that ghetto.
Yeah, you're
dare
swap.
you.
You don't know the Bay Area that well, do you?
You grew
I
up here,
think I
didn't you?
do
You're
know the Bay
lying.
Area pretty well.
Did you grow up in L.A. or?
No,
No.
I lived in Antioch till I was 7.
Oh, I lived in Pittsburgh
Nice.
until I was 12.
Oh.
Did that disappoint you that I was
No,
12
I just
when
feel
I
like
moved
I
out?
wasn't.
11's the year to
I
leave.
didn't fully adapt in that area. I was 7, and I
Uh-huh.
moved to Danville, so I feel like I lived most of my life in Danville.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, wow, that's a
there
big
it is,
change from
yeah.
Antioch to
It
Danville.
is. My dad worked his ass off to get there.
Good
Yeah.
for him.
I
He's a
mean-
hard worker. Small business owner.
My parents worked their asses
Backbone
off
of
so that we
America.
could get here. But let's talk about this movie.
Why are you getting upset at me? These are all things I believe. Never been kissed. This is the
Yes.
first time I've ever seen this movie, and I want to say this right off at the top. Not only is this the most like realistic rom-com, it's also the least realistic rom-com because
At
like
the same
is.
time.
well,
time.
it's so weird that like she is like feeling how a person would actually feel. She's also pretending to be a 17-year-old, you know? I think maybe between the three of us, I could get away with being 17.
You don't think she could?
I think I still look
Yeah.
old but young. Like, it's weird.
Yeah, but
like,
see,
I'm
so women
27.
look older. Yeah.
And I feel like there are girls that are 15 and 14
I
that
think-
look older
Yeah,
than me.
yeah,
And I'm
sure.
like,
Yep,
what the
yep.
hell? Even girls that are like 18 are like, I'm 22. I'm like,
But you
look older than me.
But if you were trying to be 17, you would have to like do like one step overcompensating of trying to like look pretty. Like a 15-year-old wouldn't understand all of the facets of makeup. You know what I mean? Like so like
I think they do now.
They maybe I don't know. I don't
At
look
this point now, but at the time, definitely, I don't think you could pass for a high schooler. I think you work out too much. I think, and I don't think
It's like in 21 Jump Street where he's like, look at that definition.
You're 21 years old. You want?
I just don't think like high school girls cared that much to get that fit.
It's not that they didn't care. They were just naturally that skinny.
Yes.
Like, did you see Jessica Alba's stomach in this film?
No, neither. I didn't.
Because
they always pick people that are like over the age to be younger kids. Like you never see an actor who's like 17. They look fucking 40.
Because a 17-year-old actress costs more. Because now you have to pay for their tutor, and they have to still have school, and there's a lot more stuff.
And you have to work around their hours too.
Yeah, there's a lot more too. So it's easier
like
to
I feel
hire.
like Disney Channel people were always like 25 when they're playing like 16 and 15-year-olds.
Yeah, and Disney was the company to have the money to be like, we can bring in a real 8-year-old if we wanted to.
Yeah.
But then they turn into Shia LaBeouf and Lindsay Lohan and shit like that.
Zac Efron and
all scars.
Zach came out okay, but
Yeah,
Zach jumped in when he was like 16, 17 though.
So he had already
he was already out of college when he did High School Musical.
That's what I'm saying. He was like 20-something.
Yeah.
At least.
So he lived hopefully a normal childhood, which is why he's like a
You
normal
can't
dude.
grow up in Hollywood. You can't learn your personality in Hollywood.
Drew Barrymore comes from like a family
Superstar
owned Hollywood.
Her grandfather was in A Wonderful Life.
Yeah. Boom, look at that. So, which is why she was a drug addict at a very young age. And once she got out of that pocket.
No, that's because that's cool.
I don't think that was cool.
No, I mean, Drew Barrymore, I think of anybody in Hollywood, has one of the best like comeback stories and also one of the best like understanding of the business. We talked about this on the Charlie's Angels episode over a year ago now.
Yeah.
Where she is so born into the industry that she knows how to make films. This movie, Never Been Kissed, is the first film she produced on her production company.
I didn't know that.
So this is the first movie where she bought the script, she took care of it, and she's the one who made this a thing. So spoilers for the end of the episode. She's going to be my best person on set award. But it's because this is at 20-something. She's making this film, producing this film, understanding the power of Hollywood and understanding the power of a producer when, you know...
Hey, you grow up around that. So she understands. Like, they showed her the ropes because that was basically... That's her family. That's her childhood. Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Everything behind the scenes in terms of
And
producing.
you can only act for so long. That's why people pick up the producing and all that
They
stuff.
want to write. They want to direct.
You
they
know what I
wanna do
mean?
more, yeah.
When you also know you're not going to get an Oscar, then that's when you start producing.
Let me try other things.
Drew's getting an Oscar for the... What's that zombie show she does?
Oh, Santa Clarita Diet.
Clarita
What
Diet.
is that show about? They eat people?
I don't know, but Timothy Oliphant's in it.
Yeah.
He's
Is it
okay.
Timothy Oliphant or is it the other one?
It's Timothy Oliphant.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So yeah, but let's talk about this movie. Much of it, like as much as I really like talking about like the crazy cast list, and we'll get there, and like the extras and whatnot, the fucking storyline of this movie is crazy. As much as it is a very rom-com-y, takes place in high school type of movie, very politically incorrect.
Very.
Super.
Yes,
Like, you could not get away with doing this movie now.
Yeah.
No, not even a little bit. This movie, like just telling people the premise of this movie, you could get in trouble for. Yeah, a full-grown woman goes back and she goes to high school, meets this kid who she falls in love with, and then she gets her brother. He goes back to high school as well. He's also an adult, and he also meets a gymnast who's 16 years old, and she's open about the fact that she's 16 years old, and also super slutty, but also never lost her virginity. So the two of them are just running amok in high school, and then right as about everybody's supposed to figure it out, they come clean, and then everyone gets upset, but no, it's okay, because she's going to bang the teacher.
But here's the thing. Right before they came clean, the teacher was about to confess his love to who he thought was a 17-year-old.
Oh, that's...
So that's the part where they're dancing, and he's like, I got to tell you something. Like, he just confessed to her. One, he opens up to her about leaving his freaking girlfriend, all this stuff. So he's invested his life in.
But did he leave his girlfriend because he's in love with the 17-year-old?
I think so. I really do. He would. Why would he tell her? Because remember when they're talking on the Ferris wheel, and he's like, "I shouldn't be telling you this stuff. I'm your teacher," and she's like, "Oh."
So he already when he makes the conversation of like, "Oh, I'm in a power authority."
But then him also telling her like, oh, it just wasn't working out. Like, we've been together for 5 years. She wants me to move to New York. Like, why are you telling your student this? Then when they're dancing at prom, he's about to confess that he loves her, or he's like has feelings for her. And then the dog food incident happens and she's like, stop. So she didn't get to hear it. And that's why he's peeved and pissed off.
Literally,
He did get upset for like a really bullshit reason.
I don't know why,
Yeah.
right? Like, she's of age. And like,
he should have been
he was
happy.
pissed that she wasn't 17.
He should have been super happy and be like, oh my God, I was about to do something. I was about like, think
Yeah.
of all the months
Lose
and
my
days
job.
that he spent like laying in bed being like, you know what? You're just a pedophile. You love a 17-year-old. That's just, and you're just going to have to admit it. You're fine. Like, people will shun you, but you love this woman. This is love. This is fine. So he finally tells her, and then she's like, actually,
Yeah.
I'm 25.
Right.
And he should have been dancing off the roof.
But even at the very end, when they're like on the mound, she's like, I've been waiting a long time for this moment. He's like, me too. He's telling her like to find the right love. Like,
he's a creep. He's a creep.
He's a creep.
He's a fucking creep.
He's a creep.
All right. I want to bring it back a little bit. Mistake number 1. What the fuck are you doing going to a club where your students are?
That's
Get
right.
the fuck out.
I
What?
know.
Get the fuck out, dude.
Not just is it bad that he's at a place where his students party, but he's at an 18 and up club.
yeah.
What
Yeah.
adult man goes to an 18 and up club?
Right?
Go to a regular 21 and up club.
Just go to a normal club.
But even when she's like dancing on the stage and she's like smacking her butt, he's like, yeah, wow, she's awesome.
I
Holy
like
crap.
her.
I'm like,
I like
and
her.
you're next to your girlfriend of 5 years. Like,
At least try and hide
weird.
it a little bit.
right?
Yes.
Or be like,
Maybe
this
he's
is
a
weird.
big fan of that ska reggae turntable
Oh,
band.
he came for that band. That's his friend's band, baby.
Yeah,
I think
his
that's what it is.
friend's
He used to
band,
he used to be the drummer for that band.
Oh shit.
And then he got the job teaching. He couldn't be the drummer anymore.
That makes
Maybe.
sense.
But
Well,
he
he's
still wants
breaking
to
a lot of
support his
rules. He
friends.
could have been the drummer still if he wanted to.
He breaks every fucking rule. He's
Every
like,
fucking rule.
he has lines, Stephanie. Even he. I'm not staying out on a school
No,
night.
dude, who is letting this teacher roam around school grounds?
That's what I'm saying. And I'm like, not to, but like, there's a lot of hot girls in this film, right?
Oh.
They're out there. I'm sorry, but there was a dress code when I was school. If I used to wear shorts that were shorter than my, like,
Your arms.
my arms or whatever,
Where your hands
I would
meet.
get a dress cut. These girls are wearing like crop tops and like
Nothing.
I'm like,
They're wearing nothing.
it's
High school-
crazy.
When you become a producer, do you like black out all of your memories of high school? Because I've never seen a movie that like kind of shows what high school's like at all. They're always having these crazy huge parties that take up like a 4-story mansion, and then proms are like the biggest
Oh my God.
ball. This prom was not just like a extravagant event. It was also a costume
How
party.
amazing. I'm so jealous. Their prom is Halloween.
That's
Basically.
Like, if I was to say, like, hey, guys, we should have senior ball be a costume party, everyone would be like, you're fucking stupid.
in fact we
How
did it.
fun would that have been?
We had
Greatest
a
couples
Sadie
in time?
Hawkins dance, and the girl who asked me was like, I want to wear something fun. And I was like, okay. And she's like, I want to be dressed like sailors. And I was like, I'm down to dress like
And
sailors.
did you dress like sailors?
So I dressed like a sailor.
sure.
Could we get the picture clipped into this?
We probably can, actually. It's going to
Okay,
not be that
cool.
hard.
Yeah, no, that's not. Just send me the picture and I'll put it in.
Okay.
Great.
Right here.
Yeah. Boom. Steph is just giving me work. She keeps on saying, "Can we just put this in here?" Thanks, Steph.
She doesn't understand.
She doesn't understand.
I heard you were really good at videography.
If you thought my video was good for
But
that shitty
whatever.
transformation challenge, it's not compared to his shit.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I'm sorry, but okay, if you could be any couple in time, what would it be for this movie?
Ooh, because the theme of this
The theme
movie,
was-
the prom, was
right? Was it-
couples in history.
Couples in history. I saw people walk in as the village men, so it doesn't have
The
to be a
village
couple.
people. Yeah,
It
that was
doesn't have
weird.
to be a
There was
couple.
4 guys who walked. So that's what really threw me off. At first, when they showed the prom, at first I was really confused. I was like, oh, fuck. Nobody said costumes. Like, when they talk about planning the prom, nobody says
How
costumes.
cute though! There was the rabbit in the hair, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, this is a
The
fun
gorilla,
theme.
maybe it's King Kong and the blonde girl, but there was a gorilla at one point. There was also Adam and Eve were there
Oh,
together.
so the guy, why does his hair look like
Why
Elvis?
did he have a pompadour? I don't understand why it's Elvis Presley, Adam.
The nerds came as
As
a
DNA.
DNA double helix.
Amazing.
8 of them. 8 of them.
Amazing. So it's just couples in history. So it doesn't have to be a couple. It could be,
But those aren't. But a DNA strand isn't a couple.
but it's something that goes
It's
together.
a coupling.
I'm thinking
guess.
something
I
that
guess
goes
so.
together.
2 helixes.
Well,
Okay,
the
well, what would it
village
be?
people aren't a couple.
Right?
Well,
like
It's all
I
the
didn't
people that
see-
don't have dates.
maybe 3 blind mice,
Yeah.
3 musketeers.
That's a triplet.
I know, but if we're gonna have 4 village men, we might as well throw them in there.
Also, was it the Indian village man who was twirling the gun? Or was that just me who saw that? Or am I?
I'm not sure. I wasn't paying attention
pretty
that
sure
much to that
the
part.
Indian had the gun for some reason.
I think I'd be peanut butter and jelly.
Oh.
If I was to go with a date, it'd be peanut butter and jelly.
If I was I always wanted to do this at a Halloween party. You have good couple Halloweens. I've seen you do the sushi thing.
Thank you.
I always wanted it to be a plug, and then have my girl be a wall socket.
Oh, come on.
That's because
what are you
you're
shopping
just
at the
trying to
spirit store?
fuck,
Get creative.
I hate both of you. You guys both shit on me, and I didn't like it at all.
All I said,
Hard.
you know why you chose that. What, you gonna be the plug? You're gonna be the
He's the wall
outlet?
socket.
No,
Yes.
I'm the wire.
Because you chose it for perverted reasons. You just
No.
trying
You're
to
a
fuck,
pervert. Peanut butter and
dude.
jelly, innocent.
If I'm doing a
Innocent.
partner costume, I'm definitely gonna fuck this girl anyways.
Yeah,
Maybe.
after the party, outside of the costume. You don't have to plug it in at the party.
Fine. I want to be Superman. She can be Lois Lane.
Beautiful.
That's a better
Perfect.
couple's costume,
Sounds
especially
great.
for the theme of this prom.
Yes. You want to be peanut butter and jelly. Which one would you be between
cute.
peanut butter and jelly?
Ooh, I mean, I feel like jelly's more girl.
You know what the difference
I
between
feel
jelly
like,
and jam is?
I feel like, what about marmalade? Did we cancel that out?
I didn't ask about that.
I think peanut butter is more masculine
Why?
Because it's nut butter.
because it's thicker, it's heartier,
Oh.
it's more family. You know what I mean? I
I
feel
don't
like
like
jelly is like it's
Feminine.
purple and it's feminine and
strawberries.
it's soft and
it's
not.
sweet. It's cute. It's jelly. And then peanut butter is manly and dark and chunky.
And get
That's what I
stuck on the
just
roof of your
said.
tongue.
But
Wow.
if it was almond butter, more feminine.
But also a black guy?
What?
I don't know what that
Why did you
means.
throw in the black guy there?
don't know.
What
Why?
did the black guy have to do with it?
So, never been kissed.
Never been kissed. There is one black guy, Barry, the guy that works at the
In the van?
He's
Chicago
the
Times.
in the van. Yes.
in the
Who's
van.
that girl? They never introduced that girl. She just showed up.
It's just a date.
Did
That's
you
just-
think she was a high schooler at one point?
No.
I did.
I thought he was like, "Hey, girl, I got to work tonight, but if you want to come over in my van, I got some entertainment, and
That's
it might get
exactly
hot
what
and
it was,
heavy."
yeah.
Honestly, that is entertainment. If I were to tell
Oh, shit. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Steph,
So
if like if a
entertainment.
guy were to tell you like, hey, I work undercover in this van and like we're spying on blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
You want to come and watch?
Absolutely.
Right?
Would there be drink and beverage and food
Yes,
and
I
all
have,
that kind of stuff?
I have 2 wine glasses and a warm bottle of Pinot Grigio.
Nice.
Yeah.
You did say, "Here you go."
David Arquette, who plays
He's
David
honestly almost the creepiest
wins.
of all of them.
he is probably
no.
Do you think
Okay.
he's creepier than the teacher? Because
He's not the creepiest. I'll say this. Because he's not the creepiest. Because he's struggling to find who he is post high school. And as
Yeah,
a man
but,
who's
like-
flourished in high school, I understand how hard it is to chase that high
But you could chase the high without chasing a
without
16-year-old.
literally chasing.
But not even the 16-year-old part. It's like, how pathetic are you?
That he
You're
could- yeah.
25. You're posing as a high school student. What happens if they picked
He's
you?
23.
Hey, I'm actually this old, so I'm trying to get a scholarship.
What do you think they do
You're
to
gonna
those Cuban
carry.
and Puerto Ricans in
I know, but
baseball?
you're gonna carry on as a high school student and play this until you get to the major leagues, like,
Yeah.
or the
Well,
minors. I don't know.
that part, like, for sure, I think his character was made to be pathetic and to be reminiscent of high school, but at least his purpose was not necessarily to just be popular, but it was to find an opportunity to get
Yes.
picked up by a minor league, right?
He was against the whole 16-year-old thing.
His saving grace was at
whole
prom
time.
when he says,
when she was getting drunk and all that stuff.
yes.
I did like
We
his
didn't get his official answer when his sister called him out and was like, "She's 16. There's so many reasons for this to be illegal." Then she got carried away by her
Another
crush.
16-year-old.
Can we talk about why is this man the most popular guy in school?
He's not
the most
good-looking.
scrawniest, ugliest guy I've ever seen. I'm like, why would you cast this man
and
as?
his name is Guy.
And his name is Guy.
He's the
Like,
new guy.
outta here,
He's
dude.
literally
I'm
the
sorry,
new guy.
But even when
He
they
looks
had
like
the
it.
baseball players like talking to
Yeah, there
the
was a couple-
brother,
yeah.
I'm like, those guys would be to me the people that I would want as
But
my
you like muscle
people.
men.
That's not entirely true.
Is it entirely false?
I'm just saying I don't like scrawny baby children.
I also don't enjoy baby children. Just to get that out there, since we're on a recording.
And I also don't like baby,
baby
children either.
yeah. Nobody
Baby
here
children
enjoys
are
baby
ruled
children.
out.
Except for the teacher.
Who
my
enjoys
cabinet.
the baby? Oh, are you still gonna get that dresser?
Let me see.
Probably not.
No, I would say I could push it back.
Yeah, push it for another hour,
Okay.
just to be safe. We'll get you out of here. Stephanie was supposed to pick up a dresser at 6:30, and it is 6:52.
At 5:30.
Oh,
And then we
it's
pushed it at
6:17.
6:30, but now we're still pushing it. But I'm having so much fun.
she's gonna
Hey,
say,
you know,
just leave the dresser. Just hang out.
I need it. I'm fighting someone else. They also want to pick up the dresser, and they are also willing to pay the same price, but they don't have a truck. I have a truck, so I'm trying to fight them for it.
Yeah, they're not going to find a truck within the next few hours.
That's what I'm saying.
You can rent one from Home Depot.
Yeah. Oh, that's if that girl's really trying to. But also,
is it an IKEA dresser?
No, it's
okay,
actually...
good. Okay. Just had to get that out of the way.
Enough about the dresser, but it's not an IKEA. It's actually all wood. It's vintage. I'm trying to get it for my wedding as decoration.
Oh my god.
So it's important.
You want a dresser as decoration for your... I'm sorry.
Is it a bedroom themed wedding?
No. It's
Sleepless nights.
I think I'm going to have it be my water table, but I'm getting married at a barn,
Cups
so it's
inside.
rustic.
How big is this dresser?
It's like probably about this big.
And that's your water table?
I want to put, water on it and make it all nice and cute. It's a rustic idea. Any girl on Pinterest would probably have it already saved. So.
I'm not going to argue you on this.
I was just gonna tell you, man. She brought
She
up
knows
the Pinterest.
aesthetic.
Leave it.
She knows
It's a
aesthetic.
Pinterest thing.
We're men. We're not supposed to help with the wedding at all.
I don't know dressers. The extent of my interior design is what you see in this room.
IKEA.
I was just gonna say I know
No.
IKEA dressers
This
because
is a
I had
great
to shop.
futon.
They come in 4 colors: white, black, redwood, and then natural.
They give redwood at IKEA. Wow. What's that? Chestnut? It's pine.
It's cherry.
Office joke. Anyone?
Yeah.
No, you
It's
know
the
that I
The
table
know.
dinner
from
party?
the dinner
Come
party.
on.
Sometimes I'll stare and watch this TV for hours.
I really balled out. I got myself a plasma screen TV.
You know I have
Anyways,
soft teeth.
we're digressing. I tend to do that.
It's okay. That's this show.
Babe.
Sometimes we digress. But never been kissed. How far do you think you could get being an undercover high school student?
Ooh, I think I can make it to at least homecoming.
I feel like I could do it the whole time.
I wouldn't be able to walk in.
To the high
You
school?
would have to shave like in between classes.
Even when I was in high school, people thought I was like 26.
Is it
that's
'cause of
why
the beard?
That's why now at 27 you could get away with it.
You're lucky
so?
that you can grow a beard. What is your ethnicity?
Can you take a
It's
guess?
a Filipino, right?
That's fucking racist.
He is South Sengali.
I'm waiting for someone to get it wrong so I could be like, I look racially ambiguous. Go Christian. But god damn it.
I'm
Well,
the
he
ambiguous
did say
Filipino.
you're Filipino.
Yes.
You told me he was Asian.
He told me Filipinos are Asian.
It is.
Almost.
It technically. What do you mean almost?
Well,
It is.
I feel.
I
isn't
would
it-
think they're
I
more
don't know.
Pacific Islander.
To me, I feel like Filipino is almost on the I don't Mexican side, like towards
Whoa.
that way.
You think I checked the Latino box
Whoa.
when
I
I
feel
fill
like-
up forms?
I don't know. I'm not culturally
This is a left turn that we need to drive. We need to drive around the block on this one for a second here. Hang on a second. You think Filipino people are Mexicans?
No, but towards that way, to me, I don't know. I feel like
We're the Mexicans of Asia.
Yeah, there's a good way to put it.
Is that the good way to put it?
It's a way to put it.
I am just. This is the most bonkers thing. I did not expect this episode to get here, but just. Woo! The Filipinos are classified as
They
Mexicans.
like dolma, right, and all that kind of fun
Dolma?
stuff.
Do you mean Dole Whip?
Oh, you
Those
like
are
Dole Whip?
Hawaiians.
No, dolma is the wrap
The
leaf.
band.
I don't know. No.
Oh,
So that's
Honestly,
closer than you.
I don't know.
So
You've only been to
fucking
Fiji.
funny.
I wish I'd been to Fiji.
You went to Greece.
I went to Greece.
You've been to
That's what
Greece.
I'm saying. Dolma. Dolma is like Greek. I don't know why I said it. Honestly,
It's funny. No, that honestly, it's very, very fucking
Filipino.
funny.
It to me, I don't know why, but I feel like that's the Mexican version of Asian. I don't know.
I could get it. That's the reason why I
Filipino
said
food to me is like Mexican food. I don't know.
What?
I don't know why.
It's possible. No,
That's
she's onto
more
something.
Yeah,
egregious.
I don't know why, but to me, that's why I think Filipino. I think honestly, I go off of race by food.
So let me get this straight. You go to Filipino
Sometime.
restaurants and you're like, let me get the nachos and the burrito.
No, but beans.
the Filipino version.
Rice and beans. To me, that's
Rice and
just what
beans.
I'm thinking.
Yeah. No.
I don't know. I don't know anything
She's
at all.
Not entirely off. The Philippines was invaded by Spain. We do adopt a lot of the
But that's Spanish culture.
and
Spanish?
Spanish culture has influenced very heavily, obviously, Mexican culture.
I'm not
No,
wrong.
my
I'm not
Mexicans.
saying that's what it is. I'm not saying that Filipinos are.
I'm Mexican. You wouldn't know.
I'm Mexican, you wouldn't know.
I could
I know.
probably
Unless
guess.
you look at my first name.
You do look, Latina.
I get Persian a lot,
I could see that
which is
too.
weird. And when I was in Greece, everyone thought I was Greek,
Hmm.
which is weird for me because I'm like, no. They were like, speak to me, and I'm like, I don't know Greek.
You could, yeah. I think you could pass off.
But I'm
are-
Italian, Mexican. I'm also German, Polish, and Czechoslovakian. All
That
types of
makes
stuff.
sense.
How dare you?
How long do you think I could last in a high school without being caught up? Do you think I could walk
I think
in?
you could do it. I think.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I mean, if someone was an undercover student at my school, I wouldn't know. You know what I mean?
Okay.
we didn't have an undercover student at our high
me.
school, but we did have a fake Facebook profile that was trying to make friends
What
with
was
us
her name?
our senior year.
Who didn't?
Fuck,
It
what was
some-
her
forget her
name? It was like straight up the principal too. Like everybody knew who it was. So much to the point that like in our senior yearbook, there is a like subtle joke to like, this is her mom looking at a photo, but like that girl is
They
not
had
a real
a picture
person.
of a person that had the name of the Facebook in
Yeah.
your.
It just wasn't enough information for this to be a real person because our high school is small enough that you know almost everyone that goes there. And this person would message you like, "Hey, what's up?"
That is so funny.
And no one
where's the-
does that
Trying
out
to
of
do
the blue.
drugs under the bleachers
No,
today.
seriously, you'd be like, hey, it's Friday. Where's the party at? And we'd be like, what?
What?
I love it.
It was the principal just trying to bust us.
I had an ex-boyfriend that created like 2 Facebook profiles, which had pictures and likes of my similar likes
What?
and conversations with my ex-boyfriend on there. So he made the profiles
Of
with-
you.
not of me. It's
crazy.
So he made 2 different profiles so that it looked like he was talking to someone. So if I went on his Facebook, it would be like, "Hey, what's going on?" And he would conversate back and forth with himself. So it looked like he was talking to real people. And like I totally caught him on it. I was like, "Why are you making Facebook like
Fucking
fake
crazy.
Facebook profiles and talking to yourself?" And
To
he was
like
like,
make you jealous.
"I'm not doing that." And finally he was like, "Okay, it wasn't my idea. It was like my sister's idea and blah 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 blah." But I'm like, "You had like real conversations with yourself on this. Like this is weird."
It's like sexting himself.
But it would be funny.
Now
It was
what
like
are you wearing?
it was like, I love Disney. I love the San Jose Sharks. And like one girl was super into fitness and like all these things that were like things that I liked. So I would get jealous of them. And then he probably went on like what's that like app that you go on where it just shows you random shit.
Stumble upon?
Something like that.
That used to be a website. That I
Yeah,
used to
yeah.
go
I
on.
think it was
Yeah.
Stumble Upon, and it was like hot chicks he found on there, and then like made them the profile people. I was like, this is hilarious.
What a crazy
Never forgave him, but
guy.
yeah. I
Of
thought it was
course, how
funny.
can
And
you
that's
ever
who you
forgive
ended up
that?
getting engaged to. Oh no,
you.
okay,
That's
sorry.
not
You're
Eric.
ridiculous. That's nowhere near Eric.
No, that's straight up bonkers.
And it's so funny. I caught him because I was like, "Who is this girl you keep talking to?" He's like, "Oh, I know her from the gym." I'm like, "Oh, really?" He's like, "Yeah, she works there." And so I asked my friend who worked at the gym. I was like, "Hey, is there a girl that works here that's this name?" He's like, "I've never seen or heard of this person." I was like, "This person?" He's like, "No." And it was just the funniest thing. I was
Your
like,
ex-boyfriend would be able to go undercover at a high school because of the
Probably.
level of commitment.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
I
what
have
it
no
is.
commitment.
It's the catfish level. Like, like catfish, but like, I
crazy.
made 18 profiles just to make this seem real.
I
And
love
it's like,
catfish. Like I made a
what?
family member. I made.
I made a family member and then I killed her 6 months later. It's like, what
Fucking
the fuck?
sad, dude. I mean, that's basically
That's
David
really
Arquette in
sad.
this movie. He's so
Yeah.
upset with his life. He works at the Tiki Post, which is like
Great.
a super duper
Great.
knockoff of any post office.
But it's tiki. It's fun.
the fact that they,
I
like-
would go there because it's fun.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, the fact that
They're trying.
in the 90s, so many people didn't have printers and copy machines and fax machines that you would have to go to a post shop like this. And there's so many that they're like, yeah, but ours is tiki themed.
You would trust your mail, your personal mail.
Honestly,
No,
it
but
looks
I would make
so
my-
janky.
I would make my copies there.
The car,
Yeah.
I'm dying when he pulls
Oh
up.
my god, when he pulls up in her LeSabre, just decked out in tiki shit, just oh my god.
Blasting music.
David Arquette. This is the second David Arquette film we've done, and I think I like this character so much more than I
What
like
was the
his-
first one?
Airheads.
Airheads. That's
Airheads.
right.
Gross.
David Arquette. Have you seen him recently on anything?
No.
No, nobody has.
Is fucking bonkers. No, he
I
recently just
know?
came out with a documentary called "Nobody." Correct me if I'm wrong. Nobody Can Kill David Arquette or some shit like that, where he goes around the country and does. He wrestles. He wrestles because he's a huge
yes.
fan of wrestling. And he actually creates his own like
Intermission.
wrestling persona and gets in the ring and wrestles and films it.
It's called You Cannot Kill David Arquette.
There you go. And because he was
It was
recently on a
released in
podcast.
2020.
Yeah, and it's something that I'm very interested in. It's getting some traction, actually. David Arquette, I like him a lot, other than his weird pedophilic
What?
No, in this movie.
Yeah.
I like him
But
a lot in
probably
this
in real
movie.
life too. Who isn't?
He got so
In
close to
Hollywood.
statutory rape that I'm just like, but other than that, Steff, do you think he's charming? Do you think he's handsome?
Not at all.
Not at all.
I can't-
That goofy.
I feel like I'm trying to think of the last movie I saw him in, and I feel like it was one with a dog.
Scooby-Doo?
very vague.
No, it was like he was a mailman or something.
Turner and Hooch.
That's this movie, Tiki Post. He worked at the Tiki Post.
No, but it was like a mailman. And it was a big dog in it, and there was a little boy in it. I honestly, and it was like a little fat boy, and it was a huge dog. Please look it up. Please just look up his
Huge
IMDb.
dog.
Yeah,
Big fat boy.
and it was like
David Arquette.
he would attack him because he's a mailman or something.
Is this the live
ready?
action remake
What is
of
it?
Clifford the Red Dog?
You're gonna kick yourself right in the teeth.
Does it?
C-Spot Run.
C-Spot Run.
Yes.
God, is
I
that
knew
he's
that.
in it, right?
Yes,
yes.
yes.
Okay, that's
I
the
knew
last movie I feel like
exactly
I've
you were
seen
talking
him
about
in.
C-Spot. That is also a 90s film, though, just so you know.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Okay, I'm sorry, 2001. That was a 2001 film.
Yeah, I miss David Arquette. I'll tell you that. He's kind of a weird dude now, but he's, honest with himself.
Is he going to be in the new Scream? Weren't they going to bring back all the old people from Scream?
No clue. Courtney Cox?
Everybody.
Well, they've
David
got
Arquette?
beef.
They still have beef? I thought they were
Probably.
cool.
Oh, are they?
You're just saying things to say.
People use this podcast for their college essays. And if you're going to be saying fake facts,
You can't. If you're gonna
That's
say
my
a
job.
fact, stand by it. Alejandro stands by his facts that are sometimes not true,
80% at the most.
but you just completely backed from it.
Slid walk right out of that fucking
Okay, let's talk about this movie. I love the conversations we're having. They're very fun and fucking bonkers. But what is this movie?
The movie is just as bonkers, bro. Like,
Yeah, dude.
she
It's-
pretends to be in high school. She falls in love with both a 16-year-old
Well, why
boy
does she
and a
put him in high school?
30-year-old man.
She's a reporter, and for some reason, her crazy ass boss is like, "Let's deep dive
Gary
into
Marshall.
the freaking young ass school people." It's like,
Yeah, get those stories.
If
Yeah,
there's
but-
anybody's a pedophile, it's Gary Marshall in this
that's what
one.
I'm saying. We need to know what they're doing in
I
high
want to know.
schools.
And then they all watch like the cameras, and they're all sitting around watching Drew Barrymore's POV.
Yeah, making bets.
But it's
they
like,
have a
what were
pool.
they gonna do? Like sex scandals and drugs? Like, why would anyone want to read about? I mean,
Actually, yeah, no, that's content. Of course, you want to hear about like your local high school and there was a sex scandal with the
I
teacher
guess,
and
but
the
who's
student.
reading
That
the
did happen at our
newspaper?
high school.
Parents?
Well, nowadays it would just show up on social media, right?
In '99, this would have been huge.
Yeah.
That's true. I just like how no story about the high school came out except for her never kissing a guy in her entire life.
Because it's not about the high school. It's about the story that she published.
I know. I actually felt so bad for her in this movie.
Because she'd never been kissed.
No, but like how sad they tormented her.
Yeah,
The
her life
whole
was a
thing
little
where he
fucked up.
invited her to prom and hit her with an egg was just like the
Hard.
saddest thing ever.
Hit her hard with an egg.
Oh my
I
God.
didn't like that because
It made me
I
so sad. That happened to you?
Or you did that.
no, but I did ask a girl to prom as a joke in front of a bunch of people.
You shouldn't
You're
have
a jerk.
fucking do that.
It is
You're a
it is
jerk.
like the worst thing I've ever done, and I do regret it.
And
a
she's
lot.
like, yes. And you're like, no, bitch.
with the fart noise.
No, but everybody
It
laughed.
was a real fart.
And then
And then she got pink
no,
eye.
I asked her, and then everybody laughed, and then like people like walked away or whatever, and then like she came up to me later, and she's like, "Were you serious?" And I was like, "No, I was just joking."
That's so mean.
I know.
Honestly,
But in the moment, I didn't realize what I was doing.
I had freshman year, I got asked to homecoming by a friend, and I was like, yeah, for sure. So I went with him. But halfway to to homecoming, this really, really nice kid who, I hate to say it, but like we all have that, a nerd who would say, asked me, and I like had fun with him. Like we would laugh in class. He was in my science class. He would do my homework. Like,
Nice.
but like he was so fun. Like I love talking to him, and people didn't like him, but I was like, he makes me laugh. Like he's cool. I love this kid. And he asked me in such a nice way. He like slid a CD to me. He like made a mixtape and sent it to me, and it was like, will you go to prom or homecoming with me on the cover?
yeah. I'm loving
and I
this.
felt so bad because I had already said yes to my friend, but I legit in my heart I would have was like, hey, I love like that you asked me. I would have totally gone with you, but I already have a date.
But how did your friend ask you prior to that?
I don't know. You know
They're
what? I
eating
do
burgers
know.
at
He
McDonald's.
asked me. My friend went over to my house with him, and he put up balloons all into my bedroom, and then flowers on the ground with like teddy bears, and it was like, "Will you go to homecoming with me on a
Okay,
poster?"
that's cute. That's pretty
like, it was cute.
That's okay.
But I just felt bad because I was like, this guy had the courage to ask me. Not that I was hot shit or anything, like, but you know what I mean. Like he asked
Did
me.
it? Yeah, clearly went out of his
And-
comfort zone.
Yeah, and
Were you
and
hot
he was
shit, though?
uncomfortable. I don't think so.
Do you have a high school photo of you right now? Do
I'm
you?
not cute.
Is it your phone background?
No, this is exactly like.
No.
Can you comfortably say that, objectively speaking, you were out of his league?
That's a fair question.
I mean, I don't think so. Like, not for me personally. I'm sure from like an outsider person,
Okay.
they would say that. But like, he made me laugh. We were friends. Like, we
The
were
high
legit were
school
friends.
norms wouldn't have
yeah,
led
we
it
were
there.
actually really good friends after that too. And I went to junior prom with him.
Nice.
Yeah,
I love the redemption.
So like, we did.
Redemption arc.
It was either
You
junior
do love
prom
a
or
redemption
it was
story.
homecoming junior year. I
Did you
think.
kiss him?
I don't know. I don't remember.
You don't.
I was probably drunk. No, I'm just kidding.
Stephanie had fun in high
No,
school.
let me tell you. So he was technically right out of my league from an outsider. And I actually was like, this kid, like, I actually might like this kid. Truthfully, I was like, oh, he
Like,
makes me laugh.
like?
Yeah. I was like, oh, cool.
Fuck yeah. This is
Junior
great.
year.
I love underdog
So this is
stories.
freshman year. He liked me all the way up to junior year, right? Asked me again. He actually started dating this girl sophomore year. They broke up. He asked me to homecoming. I go with him, and like after, or let's say it was homecoming, he ditched me. I'm not gonna lie.
her?
Like we danced, and then like he ditched me, and he was talking with her by himself, like the whole night, sitting down somewhere.
Kind of like Saddle Rack.
And I was like, oh my God, no one's cheating on me. Anyways, so I was kind of butthurt. I was like, wow, okay. So we were driving to a party after homecoming, and I was like, hey, like you ditched me, and all you were doing was talking to your ex-girlfriend the whole time. And I was like, why am I butthurt? So that night I was like, F you, and I went and had a good time, and I ditched him at the party. But it was just funny how like that works out.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's karma.
Was
like-
his ex at the party?
She was.
Oh, so he was fine then.
Yeah, he was fine. But it's just crazy how, you know, people are out of people's leagues. But like you were talking about earlier in the last podcast was how, you know, you could be attracted to people who aren't attractive up front, but you enjoy them because of how they
Think
make
about
you
the
feel.
feeling of laughing so hard it hurts and it makes you cry. I've had crushes and I've liked girls that have attracted me because of their talent. I liked this girl in community college because she
saw her
could
tits.
sing like crazy. But, you know, she wasn't the prettiest girl, and, you know, she was like chubbier. She was like, you know, a fat girl. And I was fine with that because she could sing and she was really nice.
Musicians, like, come on, let's talk about all the ugly ass musicians out there who are just
Ed
killing
Sheeran.
it. Ed Sheeran. I like Bruno Mars. I mean,
Bruno Mars isn't
Bruno Mars is a
ugly,
he's
really
though.
good
not
looking.
that
He's short.
cute, but he
What?
sings like an angel.
You don't think Bruno Mars is
No.
good looking?
Whoa.
He's also like 5'2".
Okay,
That's
no, I get
different.
the
That's-
height,
that's
but his
fine.
face.
You don't think he has a good looking face?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm the same. The
never looked at his
Weeknd?
face.
Like, come on.
The Weeknd's not good looking.
He's interesting. He
That's
looks
the
like a
worst part
palm
of
tree.
Uncut Gems.
Yeah.
I hate The Weeknd because of Uncut Gems.
Don't
The
get me started
Weeknd's
with this
willing
movie.
to destroy
All his
relationships.
career.
I hate him because of that. Uncut Gems ruined The Weeknd for me.
Wow. Nothing else? Just that movie?
No, I love The Weeknd, but that movie,
It
now
was an
I hate him.
opportunity for him to get
Yeah.
into a movie. A lot
Good
of
for him.
musicians make that
He
transition into.
stole Adam Sandler's side piece.
But also, yeah,
that
Adam
side
Sandler
piece,
shouldn't have a
though.
side piece.
But he does. That's
But that side piece
we're splitting hairs here.
is so.
Better than his main piece.
I love the rom-coms where they like
Cry?
are all no, it's just like all the same. Like they're really judging school based off of, and it's true. I truly think that you can be a nerd, but if the right people give you the attention, you're popular. Like I said.
It's in this movie.
Yes. So the only reason I'm bringing that up is because we started talking about my high school.
Yes.
This kid, I started to like hang out with him and we were friends.
Ooh, way to
And
bring
he
it back.
totally, I till this day, know that he used me to gain his popularity. Because I swear, he started becoming friends with like people he was never friends with before freshman year.
Were you popular?
I don't think I was popular, but like I was well known. Like everyone knew who I was.
I think that's popularity.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. I never forget this conversation. This girl, her name was also Stephanie, in middle school. She was like, "You're so popular," and we were in 6th grade. And I was like, "What does the popular even mean? Like, I don't know what that means."
Someone calling you, you're describing
I
it.
said that to her as in like I get along with everybody. Like everybody knows me. To me, that's popular. I don't think it means like you're pretty or that to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
it's not popular like in this movie. The popular
I'm
kids
saying.
are
And-
Okay.
an echelon above
So that's
everybody
how I
else.
always thought. Like
I
people,
got it.
you're well known. You could be popular because you're just well talked about or whatever. But
Wow.
popularity,
I like
in,
that type of popularity.
yeah, in most people's minds is like the stuck up, like
Jessica Alba in this movie.
exactly,
First of all, Jessica Alba in this movie, very brown.
very brown.
She was leaning into her Latina side heavy. Because later on in like movies like Good Luck Chuck, she turns into a white girl.
Yep.
Right?
Fantastic Four.
It's because
Fantastic Four.
she used
White
it
girl.
as a transition.
Yeah.
They
Jessica, I call it
changed her.
Jessica Abla.
Ah, blah. Because what? You
She
don't want
makes me
to...
go,
Oh my gosh. Anyways, I'm implying how they're basically saying that as soon as you go with the right crowd, you become popular.
Yeah.
It's such like a following. It's like I never drank in high school because I drank like my freshman year, and then I was like, I hate the way that it turns people into who they are. Like I had friends who would hate somebody, and then we'd go to a party and they'd get trashed, and they'd be like, oh my God, we're best friends, and they'd be best friends forever. I'm like, you hated this person like 2 minutes ago. I never drank. I was a stoner in high school because I was like, I don't want the hangover. I eat, I laugh, I go to bed.
Nice.
Like to me, that was like the perfect everything.
Yeah, for sure.
But that's exactly what all these rom-coms do. It's like they take a nerdy girl and some tiny bit makes her popular. And that's how they've done it since the 80s. Like
She's
one of
all
my
that.
favorite 80s movies. Yes. Can't Buy Me Love. Great
Same
movie. Same thing. Nerd hooks up with the popular chick, and now he's popular. But as soon as he's not popular anymore, they turn on him. Just like She's All That and this movie.
In this movie, there are so many things that don't make sense to me. Like Jessica Alba and the Popular Girls crew don't fully get what they deserve. Yeah, they got some dog food on them during prom, but I don't think it was enough for them to really understand where Drew Barrymore was coming from.
Right? We knew it. You're a loser. Like,
Yeah,
what?
you're a
Because
fucking
you...
loser.
Oh,
And
you guys
supporting her the
didn't-
next day.
Yeah.
You guys didn't learn anything.
Anything.
Yeah.
Teacher did not get any repercussions for kissing this
No,
undercover.
that man needs to go to jail.
Go to jail. I
That'd be
know that
weird.
he didn't fully.
He fell in love with her when he thought she was 17.
Yes.
He's like, I
And
shouldn't
he-
be saying this stuff.
Yeah.
And he didn't love the 25-year-old. As soon as he found out she was 25, he was like, gross.
Oh my God. It's in like White Chicks when she's like,
Wait, what part?
Which part? We've done white chicks
at
on
the
it.
very end of White Chicks when it's Terry Crews and he's like,
this is a
I'm
white-only
sorry.
party.
You're not white.
He likes white
he
chicks
didn't care
only.
that he was a man.
A black
he just
man.
gave
Yes,
He was white.
The teacher was turned off when Drew
By the
Barrymore was
age.
25.
You lied to me. And the worst part when she's writing at the end, she's like, no words could express how I hurt this man. You hurt him? What'd you do to him? All you did was tell him you weren't 17.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
he's like, I better show up at this dugout. Otherwise, people are going to think I'm a pedophile. So he sprints. Little does he know, he's actually 30 seconds late to getting there for the kiss. He thinks he's going to save his ass. And the whole time, everybody's like, damn it. He's
not
a
gonna-
pedophile.
Yeah, damn.
And then he shows up and they're like, thank God he's not a pedophile.
Okay,
I didn't think about that.
the thing
That's
is-
exactly it, right? Like, everybody's like, damn it, he's a pedophile.
as politically incorrect
We're
as
gonna
this
fire him
movie
now.
was, I love the movie, but I was so upset that no one for about 50 minutes was mentioning that it's weird for this teacher to have feelings
Yeah.
until John C. Reilly was like, we have a story here.
Yeah.
That's a teacher liking a 17-year-old.
Yes, they only bring it up like twice. So that time, and then like I said, when they're at the party, and she's like, "Hey, she's 16," and he's like, "Yeah," and then she like that guy comes up to her and he's like, "Hey," and she's like, "I gotta go." Like that was like the brief moments where you're like,
And then David Arquette makes like a joke about it. That's like such a thinly veiled joke. Like anybody would be like, hey, so are you not a kid? Like, hey, so are you over 18? Like the next question should have immediately been, although I think for guys, it's not as big of a deal. I think guys are trying to get the older girls.
Guys, yeah. Oh, I see.
I don't know why, but when I was driving today, I was thinking about that. I don't know why I was thinking of Jason Momoa, but I'm like, he's dating like a hot MILF.
Yeah.
She's
He's
older than
dating
him.
Lisa
But I
Bonet.
feel like, I think guys like older women for some reason.
Like I
Maybe
said,
not dealing with the bullshit.
Wisdom,
Mid to early
confidence,
30s.
and experience.
That's what I'm
Mid to early
saying.
30s.
Yes.
Yep.
Dude, yeah.
But then that's why I'm like, I date older guys. Like me and my fiance are 11 years apart, but it's been
11.
the best relationship of my life because I think I needed that older mentality. Someone
and he's
that could
probably
handle
gone
me.
through shit to learn.
And he'll leave you a bunch of money when he dies.
How dare you?
11 years isn't. That's
That's like a normal,
11
but
years
I
older.
think that's like a good balance, at least for me. Like I feel like I've always been a lot older, for my own self, but I've been more mature my whole life.
Keep telling yourself that.
I know, I think so. But I don't know. I think him and I are a great balance. Like we're a decade part really, but
Yeah.
he's already gone through his shit. I've gone through mine, and like at the right time, like we just work very well.
Yeah,
Hey, that's fine.
Maturity isn't an age. I think maturity is a mindset.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the smartest thing I think I've ever heard you say.
Oh man, you don't listen to my podcast enough then.
Honestly, I will be honest. I didn't listen. You kept sending me, you're like, listen to this one, listen to this
Just
one.
so you
wanted
know
to,
what's happening.
I wanted to come in fresh.
Oh,
That's
So
an
I
excuse.
legit never
but
listened.
but you did great.
That's an excuse. Yeah,
Surprise.
you're doing great.
I
You
didn't
talk-
want. I didn't want the like. You know, I didn't want to feel
Pressured.
pressure. Like you know, I wanted to come in clean and really make this mine.
Well, you're in it, man. You're in it to win it.
Mm-hmm.
Stephanie, we generally ask people if they have a best person on set award. That's just like who you think did the best job during filming or production or creation of this film. Who do you think was the best person on set?
Oh wow, that's rough. I didn't think about that one.
Oh, weird.
Should have listened to the episode.
Did tell you that was going to come up.
Yeah,
That's
you
why
know
you wanted me to listen to that.
Yeah, so you know what
Got
happens.
it.
the structure.
So, like I said earlier, mine's Drew Barrymore for a couple of reasons. Like I said, she does an incredible acting. Not the most true lifelike, you know, but it is a great character. She does it believable. What, you got
I
some-
will say that some of her best acting in this film, or that I've ever seen, is when she starts crying at work because John C. Reilly tells her to get that story
Yes.
on the teacher.
Yes,
and she
yes,
starts
yes,
crying
yes,
because
yes,
she's
yes.
heartbroken because she doesn't want to
destroy him.
destroy him.
But then she still does.
Girl, you should destroy him.
Oh, for sure.
Because at the end of the day, still thought you were 17.
Still a pedophile.
Fucking creep.
Like, who's your best person on set of work?
My best person on set award is going to go to David Arquette.
Really?
David Arquette, not for his character.
Really?
You are so
Solely for his
judgmental.
character. I changed my mind. He's my favorite character solely for his character.
No. David Arquette could be.
I hate David Arquette as a person. I love this character.
He could be less into 16-year-olds.
Little more into being a 25-year-old man.
Yes, but I think that he played the goofy brother and really helped out his sister.
Also, he's 23, right?
He's 23.
25.
No,
23.
she's 25.
Oh,
He's 23.
Right.
That's still young enough to play in the minors. He could 100% still get into the minors.
Yeah,
Without
but if
going to
you're
high school.
posing as a high school student,
No, he
and you're-
wouldn't have to.
Oh.
He could just go to the minors and like if he's as good as he was in this film, that apparently he is.
Yeah, never saw him hit once.
No, he's a fielder.
You
He's
don't
a
see that.
fielder. Stop it. He's a fielder. He's not a hitter. All right? He's got an arm and a
Oh,
glove.
thank you, man, for showing me that new bat swing.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
grip.
I love the new grip. It
maybe he
really
is
goes.
a-
Yeah, dude, he knows how to hold a fucking bat.
Grip this dick. That's how we taught him.
Dude,
my
a 16-year-old dude.
Oh, man.
David Arquette needs
I can't
to
save him.
Take it back. Yeah,
Yeah.
for his character. How do you read this script and not be like, yeah, this is fine?
Yeah, that's
is-
what I'm saying. But back
When
then,
they
it was
slide the
so
paycheck over it.
acceptable. It was so acceptable to be like that.
To try and fool kids.
That's Hollywood, baby.
No, stop. You can't just say that.
no,
you can't just say that.
Hang on. No. Hang on.
What?
Fair point.
Yeah, okay. Honestly,
It's like let's
That is Hollywood, baby.
it's like let's normalize this idea. So let me throw it out there and let's make a movie about it that everyone will love. Anyways, I go for cocky secretary.
Cocky Secretary's your
Secretary.
favorite? Sean Whalen.
he's your best person on set.
He's really funny. He's
Very funny.
I just honestly, when I think of this movie, he just speaks to me.
I want to mention.
I thought he was gonna hook up with her at the bar.
Really?
Because he was also at
He's
the
like,
bar, the ska
wait,
bar.
no, what does she do? She like pulls his headphone. He's like, she's into me.
She's into me.
Oh
she's
shit.
very into me.
He's arguably the biggest rapist in all of it. Then
He's
he he reads signals way wrong.
I'm sorry, but just the commentary he's saying where it's like it's in the background, but we're not supposed to fixate on it because we're supposed to watch her. It's like, should I get my gums bleached? And it's like,
Yeah,
he's like the dumbest stuff.
He's so fucking cocky at the bar when he was talking to his buddies. He was like, "Okay, they're looking at you when you say stuff like
you
this."
can tell
not like
that
they're
those
looking at me.
guys look up to him too. They're
Yes.
like, oh shit.
He said he
They're
literally
writing
says,
notes
He's
down.
Ryan.
"Write this down. You got a napkin on you?
Yeah.
Write this down."
They're like, oh fuck.
Fuck out of here. This guy's so cocky. He's your best person on set.
I mean, no, obviously it's
No,
Drew
no,
Barrymore
no, he is.
because honestly, I think her performance, like I said, it wasn't cheesy.
Impeccable.
Like she played a normal character. It wasn't some like goofy ball that she does in all her Adam Sandler films. Like to me, this was like a real character for her. She had to play someone that was traumatized, but also like innocent and
Still stands for like.
and then she had this boost of confidence at the end, you know, like She played all those parts perfectly.
And her boobs got so much bigger by the end of this film. Mm-hmm. We talked about this before we hit record.
Yeah.
Her boobs like progressively got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
It's a confidence thing. I truly think chicks with bigger tits are confident.
In the
don't
beginning
have
of the movie,
boobs.
she had B's. And by the end of this film, she had some D's with some pointy nips.
It's true. Boobs make you more confident.
Boobs
Does
make-
confidence
That's why
give
I'm
you
trying
bigger
to get
boobs?
a boob job.
Yes.
For sure.
You're going to try to get a boob job?
I would like one.
I'm trying to get Steffani to get this boob job and then join WWE as a wrestler.
He really wants me to be a
And
wrestler.
I'll
He's
be
been
her
pushing this
acting
for like
coach.
2 years.
How big are your boobs?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I mean,
What's your
okay,
bra size?
So bra size by rib cage, I'm like a D, but I'm not. My cup size is at
Cup
least
size.
like a small B.
A small B.
Nothing
Depends
wrong
on if
with
I'm
the
eating
small...
heavily.
Okay.
Probably a
Can
full
we end
B.
this episode because you want a boob job? You're down for her to get a boob job. I'm going to advocate against the boob job.
No, because then she won't get
Against.
the job at WWE.
He really wants me to be a wrestler, but what if my implants get like bursted
They
because
won't.
Yes.
All
I'm
of
like
those girls
smacking.
have fake boobs.
I know, but Eva Marie, my love, my idol, she almost thought she bursted a boob implant. If you watched Divas, which clearly you didn't.
No, I didn't watch Divas. I don't like their personal lives.
Oh, I
Keep
love them.
I say keep it natural. You have a fiance. I've read studies that if you just massage boobs, they could get bigger. Not like crazy bigger, but
No.
they could change the shape maybe. Like they could stimulate
that's-
something.
Just by
maybe it can.
massaging them.
But she
Yes.
works out too much, and the first thing you lose when you
true.
work out is fat, and boobs are all fat.
Truly,
That's fine.
he listens to me.
I
Honestly,
do. You
he
think
does.
I don't?
Then do this. Work out a little less. Get a little more
No.
adipose tissue in you.
Hang
The
out
thing is,
here once a
you
week.
lose
Eat what his
them-
mom cooks. Eat what his mom cooks once a
Truthfully,
week.
once you lose them, like in high school, I had like D-size cups, and that's because I started birth control. So of course, hormones make you go crazy. Then I started working out, and I would lose them. Then I gained weight, and I lose them, and now it's like they don't know what the hell they are.
One's an A, one's a D.
Who the hell knows?
And then the next day they switch.
But it's true, and so now I personally like. It's not that I lost confidence, but I truly think like for me, looking in the mirror, like I would like to feel like a woman, and to me, boobs are a womanly thing, and I would rather have big boobs. Just not huge,
No,
but like
no.
not like fake big, but like you
Yeah,
know,
don't
I
get-
can't wait to get pregnant till I get some boobs.
Hell yeah, bro.
How about you just get pregnant and don't get the boob job?
No, I'm saying when
No,
you
no,
get
no, no.
pregnant, the hormones
Yeah.
you get boobs.
You're right. She doesn't have to. Get
You don't
the-
have
yes,
to.
yes,
You
yeah,
don't
yeah.
have to.
Once she's
That's
pregnant,
true.
that's
I
like
can't
the
wait to be
natural boob
pregnant.
job.
I can't wait to be like a fit pregnant woman.
Tomorrow, text your fiance.
I know
Will you run-
we'll work on it.
Oh God, please stop. That's like I hate when people are like, we're trying to have a baby. Oh, cool. You're blowing loads deep in your wife. I don't need to
We're
hear
not
that.
trying. We're getting engaged, or we're married first. We're engaged after the wedding.
Are you gonna be the kind of person who don't make that face at me? Are you gonna be the kind of woman who like runs marathons while like 8 months pregnant?
No. I will definitely.
You know what? Have you seen that? I hate that. I hate when a woman.
The picture, the visualization.
It's as gross as you think. Like a woman whose baby is like out to here, and she's just like 18 miles deep, and she'll like look at you and just be like, you know, she doesn't
How
say
many
it,
marathons
but
have you
just
gone
know.
to?
I love marathons. And
Is
you
this
just know.
baby just ricocheting within the womb?
No, their whole thing is like, my core is so strong, the baby's being held, and like I'm flexing. It's like, no. You're first of all, you're doing it to make me feel bad. You're looking at me and saying like, I just did this with a baby in me. How come you couldn't do it?
I
don't
think you're
want to do
taking
it.
this too
I
personal.
don't want
Yeah,
to
you're
run a
taking it.
marathon.
I
You're
think
taking it that way.
You're taking
Okay,
it
maybe
too
you're right.
personal.
Okay, maybe.
I definitely will still work out while I'm pregnant, but I cannot wait to be at the gym
Deadlifts?
in a crop top with leggings on, matching set, may I tell you, and be like letting it all hang out.
Are you
Because
gonna-
I'm like, I'm pregnant.
yeah, that'll
I'm
be
not
fine.
fat.
that
I'm
belly
pregnant.
button stretch mark?
I'm gonna definitely put some canola oil every night.
Well,
But
no.
what about for when you're pregnant?
When I'm pregnant, that's what I'm saying. I won't have stretch marks. I'm gonna put some oil down there.
What will oil prevent the stretch marks from occurring?
Yeah.
Really?
Emu oil.
Emu oil.
That's what I hear.
Where do you extract the oil from the emu?
You gotta milk them.
You buy it. You milk an emu.
You milk the emu.
You can milk
You can
anything.
milk anything with a
Yeah,
nipple.
If you can milk an almond, you can milk anything.
You can milk peas now. They milk
Almonds
peas.
have nipples.
They got something. I'll
Peas
tell
have
you that.
nipples. Pea milk.
Well, getting fake boobs like affect breastfeeding?
No.
Yeah, you have to get them taken out, don't you?
No, you don't. It does not affect it.
Oh.
No?
What about nipple piercings? Would that affect?
Probably. What it,
More-
like I
Would it
always
shoot in
I
30
always
different
thought
ways?
More flow.
I always thought about that, and all my friends that laugh at me, they're like, "I'm like, it's a serious question." They're like,
like a
"No, it
sprinkler.
doesn't spurt out different angles." I'm like, "How could it not? It doesn't make any sense to me."
There's a hole. There's a
Yes,
hole
I'm
in your
saying.
I
How
gotta
could
make
it
a couple
not?
phone calls.
Yeah.
I gotta figure this shit out.
I mean, because I like nipple piercings.
Who doesn't?
I
Some
like
people
nipple
don't.
piercings on small boobs. Like I wanted nipple piercings. My fiance doesn't like nipple piercings, and that's fine. I'm not gonna get him.
Is it because like he has his nipples already pierced and he's like, we can't both have our nipples pierced?
I wish. No, no. And it's not like, okay, well, if the person that I'm gonna marry doesn't like something, I'm not gonna do it. Obviously, even though he'd be like, do what makes you happy, but
test it out. Just get one.
Yeah,
Do what makes you happy, but I hate.
Knowing that you aren't into it, I'm not gonna do it.
Sure.
But I like them on small boobs. That's why I wanted them. But if I was to get a boob job, I would not get them because I think that's just too much. You know?
Yeah, that's too much.
They look cute on small boobs, but big boobs,
They look pretty good on big boobs.
Let me tell you
you're
this.
ridiculous. The people that you follow, I don't want to know.
Boobs are boobs are boobs. Alejandro, this is a quote of Alejandro. All boobs are 10s.
Really?
All boobs are 10s.
All boobs are 10.
Which is why I do.
That is, I forgot that was one of my quotes.
Are areolas all 10s?
Yes.
No, well,
They're fine.
that's not my quote.
I mean, they could be in all
I
shapes
didn't
and
quote that.
sizes. Nips are nips are nips. I'll tell you that too.
That's also not my quote.
These are my quotes right now.
My quote is all boobs are 10
Yes.
because you need all your fingers to grab them. Honk honk.
Hey, more than a handful's too much, right?
No, that's not a thing.
That's my favorite guy line. When they're
That
like,
guy's
oh,
gay.
yeah.
That guy's gay.
That's
Sorry.
my favorite guy line to make a girl with small tits feel better. Oh, more than a handful's too much. Like, shut the fuck
That's
up.
stupid. No.
If a guy ever says that to you on a first date, ladies, look him deep into his pupils and say, you
You're
must
gay.
like penis.
I will say this. A butt is
girls are
more
like-
important than
Oh, yeah.
boobs.
Oh, man,
Having
I saw
a butt.
really great butt
If
the
you
other
don't
day.
have big,
Sorry,
yeah,
never mind.
the chick from the work.
Chick from- Oh, no, she's got a, oh, man.
It was weird though because she didn't. It's just the way her body's shaped.
It's those pants that girls are buying right now.
No, it's not that.
Oh,
It's the way her it's the whole body itself. Like
the way she
if I
disrespects
measured her
me.
butt, it wouldn't be that big. But it's the way that her hips are and her stomach is.
I gotta show
It's
you
an
this
illusion.
one.
It's proportion.
She's great.
Dude, you could be a tiny girl with like
A big
objectively like
hips.
regular tits.
Yeah.
But if you're like a tiny girl, your regular tits look bigger,
Yeah,
right?
but that's what I'm saying. So like, there's different people that have hips. So like,
Yeah.
girls that look like they have big butts, they don't. They have wide hips, which gives them this like hourglass shape. Where some girls have inverted hips, which gives them like this square shape.
Boxy.
Who has a big butt, but they don't look as curvy as the other girls.
Mm-hmm.
But if they're boxy, and we have been trying to end this episode for at least 20 minutes now. But like,
Honestly,
when
I'm
they're
fine with just going.
When they're boxy, they get the butt dimple.
I love the butt dimple so much.
Right?
I guess. I mean, I'm a boxy person. I do have butt
I'm more
dimples.
about butt dimple than I am about thigh gap.
I advocate. I don't
Thigh
like
gap means
thigh
nothing
gap.
to me. That means
don't like
zero to me.
I don't care about the thigh gap. And honestly,
Why
girls,
was that such a big deal?
Thighs are just
I
meant
don't
to
know
touch.
why.
It's not
they are
anymore,
their
is it?
protector.
Yeah. Do you have a thigh gap?
I don't have a thigh gap.
don't have a thigh gap.
I don't. And that usually girls that have bigger butts don't have thigh gaps.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's the illusion of the wideness of a butt. Like it could be further out or it could be wider. It depends.
Girls in the early 2000s did not have big butts.
No,
Giselle.
that's what I'm saying. I'm like,
Tyra
it's
Banks
crazy
did.
how
Yes.
now everyone wants to be big, thick thighs
Kate
and
Upton.
big butt. No one wants to be stick skinny
Because
anymore.
the idea of beauty changes as time changes.
Oh yeah, I bet you in like 5 years, 10 years, it's gonna be stick skinny again.
Look at like
Everyone wants to be Marilyn
No,
Monroe
I think
now.
it's going to go obese.
Oh my god, do you think that that's healthy? I love that
being
question.
obese?
There's a picture of a woman who's larger.
Her name's Lizzo.
No, and it was on like a health magazine, and it was like the new healthy or something. Do you think an obese person is healthy?
it depends on the level. Like what's their BMI, right?
Yeah.
You have to really look at the health. Like it's not necessary. The body image is a beautiful. Like the idea of getting rid of like one type of body image is beautiful.
Yeah.
Getting rid of that is great and all. But when it comes down to health, you should look out for it. You can't.
Exactly.
You shouldn't be morbidly obese. You shouldn't advocate morbid obesity.
Mm-hmm.
You could be chunky. You could be thick. You could be fat. But as long as like your heart's good and like you could still be active and go
Mm-hmm.
about your everyday life, you no by no means should you be on the next episode of TLC's My Strange Addictions because you're just
Eating couch?
eating cows. Yes.
Couch. Have you
Or
seen that
eating
where they
toilet
eat like
paper.
sofa cushions?
Yeah.
So weird.
TLC, fun fact, just sidebar, stands for The Learning Channel.
I did not know that.
Yeah, well, now
Wow.
they tell us about midgets and fat people, so. Small people and fat people, excuse me.
Yeah, you got to change it up, dude.
I'm learning.
Yes, and you're progressive.
I am trying to be a better millennial.
It's hard to be a millennial
it's
this
so hard
year
because apparently you have to start every conversation with like, what are your pronouns?
Yeah.
What are your trigger warnings? And
you
I don't
can't
want to
say
start
this,
everything.
you can't say that.
Ugh.
I love this
I know.
episode.
Yeah, this is solid.
This is really digress.
yeah.
It's
You are gonna have to.
this
come
is
back.
not the first episode where we've digressed from the movie. We'll put a disclaimer.
Okay.
I don't know. We
Does
talked
digress.
decently about the movie.
I think,
Yes.
is there
It's
anything
the
we
last
missed?
20 minutes.
The one thing that we did miss is the word that's coming back, and I think we should bring it back now is Rufus.
Rufus.
That's totally Rufus.
No.
Like the
I'm gonna
freaking-
shoot you down
the
right
mole
now.
Rat from Impossible.
Steph, if you said Rufus to me outside of this podcast at any point in a sentence, I'm beelining out of the room.
And the best part about it is like he was like so confident. He's like, "That's so Rufus." Like, what's Rufus? He's like, "It's my new word. Learn it, spread it." Rufus.
It's Rufus, and then he's like, "I don't care if it's not cool. I got a sword."
James Franco. I like James Franco in this movie.
He
Looks
only
good,
had
man.
3 lines.
He only
4 lines.
Fine
like
with it,
had
dude.
5 looks, just and then like
I
that's it. He
I
didn't
saw
have a
James
line.
Franco with my real eyes once.
Me too
Yeah.
in Disneyland.
Oh, I saw him at a play. In
I have a
New
picture.
York. I have a picture also.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
I bet I could pull it up faster
a
I
than
bet
you
mental
your
could.
picture.
picture's better than mine.
I bet my picture is probably better than yours. You
Yeah.
probably zoomed in at a club.
Oh no, he was like 2 rows ahead of me, but he did be very interested by what I threw away in the trash can. So let's
Oh.
keep this on record. James Franco's interested in me.
trash. Oh.
Just trying to see how
Wow.
disgusting of a human you are.
He's trying to see if he could throw that away too. I could do that better.
A half-eaten bagel? Okay, it's not,
I could eat a
not looked
bagel.
down upon here.
I could eat a half-eaten bagel better than that.
I could eat that half-eaten
Finish
bagel.
your bagels.
I'm picking up the dresser tomorrow.
Fantastic!
Hey.
Yay!
For those people that were
This
listening
is
earlier.
Finally, way to bring it all back. Stephanie can get the dresser tomorrow.
Okay, let's redo the episode then. in that
Thank
case.
God.
We're
we
not
have
on a
plenty
time
of
crunch.
Thank God.
Cool.
So your fiance, what's his biggest flaw?
He doesn't,
What the
he
fuck?
doesn't have any flaws.
Wow, you
You
do
know what?
love him.
No, truthfully, I think this is like a big thing. And I feel like I've said this to people often. But when, you know, how people are like, I hate this, I hate feet, I hate this is my pet peeve, whatever. I think when you truly fall in love with someone, every single thing they do, you love. Like you're not disgusted by them, like, or by, not by them, but like by those things anymore. You love everything that they are. Like I hate feet. I love Eric's feet. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like it's just everything that you hated before. It doesn't matter. Like to them,
Interesting.
everything's just
Soulmate.
what you love. Honestly, yeah.
Honestly,
like
you think Eric's your soulmate?
I've dated people where I'm like, I hate this, and it's just because I don't think I love them enough, and clearly I didn't because I'm not marrying them.
Incredible. That's incredible. Wow.
I'm serious.
No, you're right, and I'm not
like
like
if your
being
pet peeve
facetious
is
at all.
like
You're
people that
100%
like
right.
pop their gum in their mouth, random one.
Yeah, I don't know how to do
If
that.
somebody that you love did it, I don't think you would truly be irritated by it.
Oh,
because
you would
they're
tell
doing
them.
it.
Stop popping
or-
the gum in
I don't
your
know.
teeth.
I've
they
never
would
told
pop
Eric
and
to
she
stop
wouldn't care.
doing anything.
What?
Or they would pop and you wouldn't care.
Exactly. You wouldn't care because it's them.
No, it depends. Well, yeah,
That's
yeah.
what that's what she's saying. She's
Yeah.
saying if
Yeah,
you
yeah.
hate it and then suddenly,
Yeah.
you know.
And then you love that, not love the pet peeve, but you accept the pet peeve.
Now you're like,
Exactly.
I
Like, you
love gum
don't
popping.
care. Like for instance, there are certain things it's like I'm sure I do that he doesn't care that I do. Like if it's like I leave
Your
the
stinky,
if I
stinky
leave the
farts.
dishes in there, he's not sitting there like I hate her for this. It's like
Day 47, Stephanie didn't do the dishes again.
or whatever. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I never think
It's not a tit
about
for tat
anything
thing.
like that.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like
Well, he's got bad feet. It's a good thing I have an ugly belly button and he doesn't do the dishes.
not
Good thing I
different
don't.
that. I just mean like if he leaves his underwear on the ground, I'm not gonna be like that's hell of annoying. I pick it up and I
Put yours next.
I
to
What
do
are your
whatever.
pet peeves?
Put yours on
I
top
don't
of
really have any pet peeves. I hate when people have dogs and their dog's breath smells. Because to me, it's like you
Get
can't.
away from the dog.
It's like you can't take care of your dog. Why would I want to love your dog? It smells, and you should
This
be
is
able.
such a
It
specific.
is, but
That's
it's
so
true.
specific.
But it's
That's
true.
not a pet peeve.
Sometimes
That's just
dogs
like
can't
It's
control
not a pet
it.
peeve,
You know?
but like you know when you date someone or you're with someone and their dog is like their best friend and you love them, it's like how am I supposed to love your dog when it smells? Like I don't want to touch
that
your.
turns you off from the person.
It kind of does because like
We
you
do
can't
know
take
we have a friend of the
care of your
podcast who has a
dogs.
smelly dog, but the dog's old though. It's not the dog's fault. The dog is.
Well, what did you do to
I'm
prevent it?
so you're such an odd person. I'm learning so
well,
much.
okay,
about
when
you.
someone has a messy room, like I don't know, like I wouldn't want to sleep in your disgusting, dirty room.
Yeah.
So it's cleanliness
Christian
for
doesn't
me.
date around. Christian, you don't date around though. So like these like ending factors that people have with like dates and stuff like that. Like you've never come up with that because you like the people that you spend your time with. You know what I mean? So you're not going over to somebody's house and being like, oh, I guess I'm still getting to know them. Let me see what their apartment's like. Do you see what I'm saying?
No, I get it. Because
I think it's cleanliness for me. That's it.
So for me and Stephanie, it's still a test.
Why is it a test? I'm engaged. I live with my
engaged.
fiance.
For you, it's still a test.
I'm getting married.
Yeah, well, for me before too. Like
You both don't know.
There's a difference between my question. Let's say the messy room, because my room could get messy in terms of like. I have a designated chair for clothes that I will put away at the end of the week.
My room gets messy.
But
if someone's coming over, aren't you cleaning that chair up?
Yes, of course. But also, no, I'm talking about there's a difference between dirty in the sense of hygiene and dirty in the sense of messy.
Exactly. I'm talking hygiene dirty.
Hygiene dirty, I cannot get over.
Like if they've got like a ton of plates and shit that should be in the sink, or like, why is that in your room?
Yeah.
Like, for instance, Eric and I have our room, and then I have a whole room to myself where it's just like my closet, my shit. And that room gets messy because, like you said, I put something on. I'm like, well, I'm going to put this jacket on the bed, that on the bed, that on the bed. My shit's all scattered. It's just my room for whatever. That gets messy. And I always shut the door because I'm like, I don't want him to see how messy this gets. My car, I actually just got it cleaned, actually. But
prior to you cleaning it?
My dog's in there. There's dog hair.
That's fine.
I throw stuff. I like to clean it like every so often.
Okay.
But every time I get out of my car, I'm not like taking out trash and shit.
Mm-hmm. Would you say the inside of someone's car is representative of the person? And to what extent?
It depends, because a car is kind of like I like to keep clothes in there in case I need it. Yeah. Or like, I don't know, receipts, I have them. Like, I don't know. You can't really organize a car.
Receipts, okay.
But I'm just saying, you can't organize a car, really.
Uh-huh.
It's just the car is like,
I have shit in my car from back when I was a Cheesecake Factory server, bro.
Oh,
you should get rid of those.
I save it because I don't want to lose it.
Well, you should tuck it away into the side, right?
I put it in the back of the chair.
Oh, that's fine. The back of the chair could be messy as fuck, but if there's
guess.
like,
my car does
I also
get
have
messy.
a lot of playing cards, like just in every crevice of the car.
That's representative of you. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, because like in the car when I'm sitting in traffic, I'll play with cards and then.
But here's another thing. Sometimes you can be a messy person. Like
Me?
No.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me.
I love to clean. Like when it's my house. Like when I live with my family, I didn't care about cleaning because like no one else did. But if you like grow up in a home where it's like you have to clean it, then you do. Mm-hmm. Until I moved out, then I was more respectful. I'm like, this is my house. I'm gonna keep it clean and organized because it's mine.
Yeah.
With Eric, he's very clean, but there are times where he gets as messy as I can get, and it's just it honestly is like who you live with, and how it adapts to you. So
when I lived on my own, my apartment was always very put together, or at least if people were to come over, it would look good. Like behind that closet door, may have shoved everything in there.
Yeah,
but everything else looks pretty presentable. But you know, now that I'm back home with the family, you'd never fucking know that shit.
I mean, we have a 3-bedroom, and like 1 bedroom is his.
Oh, you renting out that last one?
No. Do you need a place? No. He has like a room with his shoes and like our DVDs and all that, and then I have a room, and no one goes in those rooms because it's just like stuff. But when you don't have a house that's like spacious enough to like decorate and like put your shit.
That's definitely lucky, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, think about how many people live in like downtown Manhattan and they're lucky to have one loft.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
outside those rooms it's clean.
I hope so.
I actually just texted him too earlier when I left the house. I was like, I'm sorry the house is a mess. I'll clean it when I get home, just to let him know like I normally do clean, but just so you know, when you get home, it's not as clean as you'd probably want it to be.
You're like, I have something important to do today. I'm on a very famous podcast.
Yeah, I did. He also was like, well, can you come home and bring burgers or something when you come back?
What kind of burgers?
I don't know. What did he say?
Or like super duper?
He said, ooh, super duper. That's always the line. I was like, still at the podcast. I talk too much. He said, right. And I said,
he said, right. He's so hungry and
then he was
so
like,
upset
Chipotle
right now.
on the way home, burgers perhaps, with one of these faces.
I just learned that the smile face I've been sending to people is not a smile face.
What face are you sending to people?
This one. Yeah.
Which one?
Yeah, that's kind of like
yikes.
That's my smile.
No, that smile's like a.
Well,
It's the garage.
Somebody's home.
Yeah, don't freak out. It's the garage.
It's okay. It's just pops.
It's just my dad.
Well, that's all we got. I mean, Steff, anything else you want to say? Any dirty laundry you want to air out? Is there somebody you hate who you want to call out first and last name on air?
Oh, yikes. Alejandro.
Oh, son of a. Nobody knows my last name. I'm just kidding. People know my last name.
Middleton.
Okay.
What's your middle name?
I have 3.
Really? My brother has 2.
He's clearly not Mexican.
He is Mexican. That's why he's got 2. And it's Silva in one of them.
One of mine is Adrian.
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 Jeffrey Adrian Mendoza.
Jeffrey.
Adrian.
Yeah, his name is a slurry of different cultures.
You have to have at least
Jeffrey
3 different accents to
Adrian.
say my name.
It's crazy. So just say it in an American accent.
So I dated a girl who was European. She couldn't say any of them.
That's fine.
She
Nice.
couldn't say any of that shit.
I loved listening to her talk, though.
You know,
It was fun.
it's one of
I'd
those.
be like, say this.
You literally would like write. Can you say this now?
Yeah.
Hello, you've reached Stephanie's cell phone. Please leave a message after the beep
She's busy eating crumpets.
and sipping tea.
Steph, before we end the episode, I usually ask my guests this at the end of the episode. If you could just please look into the barrel of your camera and give the baddies a piece of advice that they could take home with them.
Since we're on the topic of names.
This one's your barrel.
Yes.
Never trust someone with a first name that's also a last name.
Well,
not a bad piece of advice.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Yes.
Most of our guests have to take a minute to think, but the fact that you had that one in a holster.
We've had already
Makes me
been talking
happy.
about names, but you ever meet someone that's like their last name is like, I don't know, Philip, and their first name is John? That's 2 names, first and
2
last.
first names.
Oh, I get it. You're saying. I thought you were saying like, don't trust somebody whose name is Smithinson.
No.
Like if you had a last name for your first name,
I wouldn't
that's-
trust that person.
That's what I thought you
No.
were saying.
I'm
But you're
sorry.
right. 2 first names.
That's weird.
What about Aaron Paul?
That's weird.
I trust him completely.
I would
Do
trust
you?
Aaron
I
Paul.
met Aaron Paul.
Really?
How come you don't open with these things?
I sold him his bed sheets, him and his wife, and they were so cute. They came into my store, and him and his wife were dancing in the store. And they were
What?
like, we need bed sheets. We just moved into this home. And
Aaron Paul, Breaking Bad Aaron Paul.
I used to work at Restoration Hardware in Hollywood, Beverly Boulevard. I used to get so many people coming in there.
That's
Zach
so-
Galifianakis was there on my first day.
What
Nice.
the fuck?
But yeah.
I almost
don't
watched that
trust
guy
him.
die on the second day of my job.
You what?
Literally, almost watched a man die on the second day of my job.
Did you ask for a raise after that?
No, but I did smoke a cigarette in the parking lot.
Of
Yeah,
course,
you
as you
still smoke
should.
cigarettes. You shouldn't smoke. Don't smoke cigarettes.
Oh, another.
We already asked for your advice. We don't need a second one, okay?
no,
It's
rules
not
of
as
three.
cool as
want.
you think
Rules
it
of 3.
is.
Do
Do
one
what
more.
you
Do one
want.
more.
It's not as cool as you think it is.
That's actually solid advice, period.
There you go.
It's not as cool as you think it is.
That should be your new That should be our new podcast name.
It's
Oh,
not as
me
cool
and
as you think it is.
Alex out of there.
That's
Wow.
good because everything I think is cool.
Would you be comfortable starting a podcast with me?
Yeah, it's not as cool as you think it is. It'd
Cool.
be great. It's fun. I did the same thing. INAC.
I'm
Like
gonna end
6,
this soon.
7 letters.
All
That's
right,
a lot of letters.
guys, say your final words, your last words. Steph, thanks for coming to our studio and thanks for doing the podcast. You were very hard to book with your busy day, having to pick up dressers for your future wedding that has a rustic theme and
In a barn.
It's beautiful.
with your thick husband. That,
Not
who-
thick, fat, thick muscle.
Yeah, thick, thick.
THICC.
I've met Eric twice, and the second time I met him, he introduced himself to me, and I thought that was very nice of him.
Hi,
to
I'm
do.
Thick Eric.
You've met Eric?
Yeah, haven't I?
I don't know.
He
You did. He
yeah.
came to your guys'
improv.
what's it
thing.
called?
Yeah.
Improv.
So I have met you multiple times before this.
Yeah.
Oops.
Christian
Yeah,
had his
rude.
celebrity brain on though, so he was just like, "Oh yes, I am Christian."
Not celebrity brain,
I'm
but
sorry.
you meet 50 people. You're just that's the
That's
regular
celebrity
person
brain.
dude.
That's celebrity brain.
That's a party
50
brain.
You're a
celebrities.
celebrity, Christian.
I'm not a E-list celebrity.
We are E-list celebrities.
F.
So remember those
Eh.
faces.
You son of a... Cut the episode. I have some real things
Who's
to
the
say.
better face in the cartoon? That's all I got to say. I think you always look like you. They sometimes fall.
I think I look really good in my cartoons.
That one right there?
Yes.
Voldemort.
Okay. That. Okay.
It's just the nose. It's just the
Fine.
nose. That's
that
fine.
one I do look like Voldemort. But our Archer cartoon, the Archer stickers.
Yeah, no.
I don't know,
they're
like
good, they're
even
good.
these little cartoons. I did say you look like a chocolate raisin. But
Holy shit.
I'm flipping the table. That's how upset I am.
Chocolate raisin?
She did say you
How
look
do
like
you
one
know
of the
something
raisins.
is a
The
chocolate
One of
raisin?
the California
raisins on
raisins.
the inside.
raisinette.
A raisinette? I'm sorry, I'm not going to the episode yet. Go into that real quick.
I think that your drawing, they made you look like a raisinette.
That actually reminds me. I I know you're super healthy, so I bought you these Life's grapes in case you didn't want to eat the M&Ms and stuff that we brought.
This out. I've been hungry for like 2 hours.
I forgot all about it.
Life's great. Vine dried grapes.
All right, everyone say bye.
Bye.
You're holding out these grapes.
I forgot. I honestly forgot all about
Raisin revamped.
That's why I was like, oh, Stephanie will love
Where did
these.
you get these? The dollar store.
They were at the cash.